And now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
Gary Hebert, the man, the myth, the legend. I was amazed, and I was looking to become a better skater myself, and I wanted to be like Gary.
When you look at a guy like this, he's one of the most talented people in his profession. He's been given gifts by God.
It can get frustrating at times when you're trying things that, that maybe don't come as quickly to you as other things. And, you never really felt that sense of frustration with Gary. It was always about improvement and positive reinforcement.
Was it really the end? Was that head injury really the end? God has called Gary to continue to be a blessing to others and to be a passionate example.
My name is Gary Hebert, and this is the World Academy of Hockey, otherwise known as the Inside Edge.
I would recommend anybody that have a chance to come to his hockey school. I think it'd be well worth it. It'd be rewarding to all the kids and anyone he coaches, from whether it's an adult, a professional player, to a little kid like a Mike or a Squirt.
Gary, from day one, has been instrumental to my hockey career. I started out as a potential Division III player, and Gary brought me single-handedly through high school and into a top Division I prospect. I owe it all to Gary, the biggest legend on and off ice there's ever been.
Listen, watch, learn, be confident, and have faith. Those are the answers I was brought to. Yet, I only now am really learning how truly important those 5 things are.
Through preparation, through appropriate thoughtfulness and thinking, we can learn to untie the typical knots between our ears that drive us into underachievement and underperformance. And lo and behold, we can learn things to fulfill our God-given potential.
Gary has the innate ability to make people not only better players, but better people. The life lessons they learn from Gary are incredible.
You can always remember leaving that rink knowing as a player I got better, or I had something to improve on to get better. And I think that's what you excelled on as a coach, is giving us the knowledge to know what we needed to do to get better.
There's coaches who know the game, but can you communicate and create passion in your kids and in your players? And Gary's able to do that.
Gary's got great knowledge and the great hands, but more importantly, his ability to connect with people and care for them. His communication skills, to me, really stand out and separate him, and that's why he's one of the best, in the world.
Gary's a legend. He's a special, special man.
The Jeff Meacham Network's Multiverse of Media. For over 15 years, the recognized symbol of excellence and the standard bearer in coverage of sports and entertainment.
We are live across the Jeff Meacham Network, Multiverse of Media, as we present our coverage of AEW Dynamite Beach Break from that world-renowned, legendary beach community of Chicago, Illinois. I am, of course, Avatar Boy, the founder of the Jeff Meacham Network, Multiverse of Media, joined by our all things color commentator, not AEW, although he's here today. So I'm watching the intro already. He usually does our WWE shows, but because this is not an AEW pay-per-view, here he sits. JJ Williams, we are awaiting the arrival of Noah Foster because, Noah can come in when he wants to. He's the MVP. So, He gets to come on his own time. How you doing, JJ? How are we doing out there in the high desert for you?
Sweltering. Trying not to get stuck to my couch.
Oh, shit, right? Good grief.
Like, okay. It is quite literally 106 degrees out here in the high desert right now.
Yes.
Considering it's the high desert, you would think it's 420, but alas, it is not.
No, nay.
Thankfully, I was out during the coolest part of the day when it was only 102, not 106.
Oh, okay,
but,
that's good.
If you have friends that live in... That is a difference maker right there. That is what Tony Khan calls a game changer.
It's a game-changing number. That's right. It goes from being stuck to your car seat to literally fucking dying in your car seat. So, you know.
Going to Scandia where I took Dennis today because him and BB's birthday was yesterday.
Yes, happy birthday to the boys. Yes.
Them telling us, watch your butt. The seats are hot as we get into the race cars and the bumper boat. It's like, okay. Thank you for the heads up there.
Yeah, Yes. If you have friends or family that live in the area of Southern California or any place getting heat stroke, check on your fat friends. We suffering, y'all. We dying. And the reason I am Avatar Boy is because SCE has decided to randomly keep checking me out. It's like, I better figure better safe than sorry. Might as well just be Avatar Man until they can get there. And I get it. Like, it's hot. They're not dealing with it well. There's fire warnings because, I'm in SoCal and fires sort of thing. So yeah, I'm going to be at, we are, dude, I got water right here. Like, I have been drinking water like it's going out of style. Luckily, it's not. It is quite literally, sorry for the female audience and everybody else that gets grossed out by graphics. It is hot as balls. Legitimately hot as balls. And coming in hot on that note is our play-by-play man par excellence. The man is in a suit-ish, even in this ridiculous heat. You love it to see it. The simple man himself, Noah Foster. Noah, how the hell are you, dude? It is good to see you on our screens, man. How you feeling out there?
I'm feeling all right. I mean, it's pretty balmy here in the mid-80s here in Toledo, Ohio, but still comfortable enough. And it's Wednesday night, so you know what that means. I'm always excited for professional wrestling delight. That's AEW Dynamite. The madness that is ahead as the Owen continues to unfold. The Doctor is back also, and we're going to hear from Daniel D.M.D tonight. And I'm very curious to see what else may lie ahead as now we head towards All In and Blood and Guts. And it's good to see you, gents, as always.
It is good to be seen, as JJ would say. So
yes,
you put up the proper.
I was just going to say it.
Put the proper marquee marker. Man, the AEW washes out like a mucker feather in that corner when it's bright. I'm about to edit that shit in a minute. Anyway.
Well, for right now, why don't we put you there? That way it pops along to your black Avatar Boy background.
That's right. Yay, Avatar Boy. Woo!
Avatar Boy.
Well, I have to be because I never know where my
sidekick Avatar Boy. It's the Renegade.
There's a throwback right there for those.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, I'm also editing the graphic for Meech's musings because apparently I'm back on Mondays after all. I never seem to know week to week, but I am on Mondays. So
times get to change like anything else in this life.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, we can thank the lovely folks in Wally World for screwing up our scheduling. Anyway, let
me ask you this, Noah. Me and Jeff were briefly chatting about this before we came on the air.
Yes.
And I want to get some input from the chat room as well. Cape Ray are here so far, the only one participating. Good to see you.
Yes.
We are broadcasting today live and direct from the world-renowned beach city of Chicago, Illinois.
Yes.
With their headquarters being in Jacksonville, Florida, and EVPs being from Southern California, do you think it would not behoove them to do a show like Beach Break, considering they can't sell out an arena anyways? actually go and do the show live on the beach, like WCW did Bash at the Beaches and the Final Nitro from Panama City, and even like the Hog Wild, Road Wild, and Sturgis's, and just chalk this one episode of Dynamite as a loss as far as gate. Use it for free publicity. Get everybody that's at the beach to surround the ring and get a crowd. And then if they are entertained, the next time they come to town, those people may actually buy a fucking ticket to sit in the arena and see them.
I mean, again, marketing is always a business strategy, and it always seems like anymore, Beach Break is a red herring. I was literally talking about with my AEW crew. Shout out to my AEW family. I was literally
What up,
talking
A-Train? What up, Eric?
Good Lord. Yeah. And to the rest of the crew, Megan Chib, hope you're doing well. Cheers across the pond, and Case Flynn and Lex. The thing is, though, I mean, I went to Beach Break in the middle of winter in January in Cleveland, literally 3 years ago. So it's almost like Beach Break is a red herring. But I completely agree. I mean, heck, if they did that, I probably would show up literally in sunglasses and capris like a friggin' Pat McAfee. But it is what it is when it comes to what they book and when it comes to advanced venue booking. But you think about how many states literally are along a coastline, not to mention some of the talent in general. You said the top two, Florida and California. I mean, Texas, Georgia, whatever states are on the very bottom of the freaking coast of America. It's just,
you figure everything along the West Coast. So you got Washington, Oregon, and California. You figure everything along the East Coast from freaking like Maine down to Florida. Then you figure everything across the South, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, Louisiana, Alabama, Florida, Georgia. Like all that is, there's some kind of water, at least at the very base of it all.
Yeah.
It's like the only thing you don't really have beaches for is the North, because you've got Canada, as the bumper there.
Yep. They do have a lovely boardwalk.
Great Lakes and everything. So I'm sure you could do something maybe by one of the Great Lakes, but otherwise you're kind of screwed when it comes to the North.
Yeah, there's not that many beaches up here in the Ohio, Michigan area, to my knowledge. And yeah.
But again, you've still got, like I said, the Great Lakes. You've got Lake Michigan, Lake Erie.
True. It is what it is. At this point, I don't question marketing. I'm just like, okay, I'm watching wrestling. Whatever, call it what you wish. I'm sure they'll have like beach balls and surfboards and some sort of sand prop on this stage. Who knows?
Why not?
And I mean, it's Chicago, and we all know about Chicago anyways.
That's a different form of heat you're not going to find at the beach in a good way.
Dude, good call. Good call.
Someone's going to get burned, and they're going to wish they were wearing SPF in front of the sun instead of this audience.
SPF 1 million.
Give or take, or over 9,000 if you're a Dragon Ball Z fan like me.
Talk about these are going to die. These are going to die in the crowd tonight here.
Well, again, Chicago's always a red-hot wrestling city. Might as well be burnt down to the ground and rebuilt 10 times over. So very curious to see, even with, the non-full capacity, what this sign's going to be like tonight as we advance the Owen and tune in for tonight's special Dynamite during Shark Week of All Elite Wrestling. And it wouldn't surprise me after this, we get Fight for the Fallen and Fyter Fest back-to-back weeks ahead of Blood and Guts to come at the end of July. Let's keep that in mind. Then again, next week is the finals of the Owen. So maybe they got rid of those two. I freaking know.
I think they may want to save those going into All In.
That's a good idea, too, because we have to do All In. I mean, I would definitely do that, especially since you're centralized in one area. I'm very curious to see how that path works out when it comes to constant engagement and build-up. As again, All In was a tremendous show last year. I'm hoping to see the sequel live up to the pilot, if not surpass it. And so far, with the way they're doing Timeless, Tony Storm, and Mariah May, you already got my full investment.
Hey, Noah, did you notice that the belt behind me has changed?
Yeah, I noticed that. Classic Ring of Honor town. Of course, we'll be covering Ring of Honor Depth Before Dishonor later this month, where we'll see who goes after Mark Briscoe and the Ring of Honor World Championship, along with all the other titles that Ring of Honor has, which right now there's no real direction or clear opponent except for maybe one, and that might be Billy Starks versus Red Velvet for the Ring
TV
of
title,
Honor
right?
Women's Television Championship.
That's a mouthful.
Yeah, right. I had to think about how the work.
That's what she said.
Hey, now.
Anyway, well, here's the July red, white, and blue fireworks galore, and we're gonna have fireworks tonight too. So this should be fun. So I'm gonna go ahead and slowly talk about what's ahead tonight ahead of the heat wave.
I was gonna say, piggybacking on what you just said about July red, white, and blue. Since we will not be broadcasting anything tomorrow, at least not anything in a live capacity, everybody have a safe 4th of July.
Yes.
Don't do anything stupid.
Please.
Be safe. If you're lighting off fireworks, make sure they are legal where you live.
Yes.
Don't set off anything illegal. Make sure that it's something that you could go down to the corner and buy from your local fireworks stand. Make sure you are engaging in firework activities sober.
Yeah, golly.
Not drunk.
Yeah, right.
Like the craziest thing I ever did when I was younger, and it was when I used to play street hockey, I would light off either one of the little smoke balls or one of the ground bloom flowers.
Yeah.
And I'd take my hockey stick and I'd slap shot it down the street.
That's tremendous.
You're crazy.
For all the wrong reasons.
Yeah, because there were a couple times where one of those ground blooms would land underneath a car and start spinning, but you know.
Shit. Well,
thankfully they're not anything that go boom. They literally just like spin.
Right,
It was one of the safer things, but still.
You were still risking igniting someone's gas tank if they had like a hole or something like that. I'm just saying.
One of the safer stupid things we did in our youth, you know.
You know what?
Yeah.
But have a safe
Yes.
Happy 4th of July, and I'm sure we'll reiterate that at the end of the show. But
and do not forget to leave cookies and milk out for Captain America tonight.
That's right.
You heard me.
Chocolate chip cookies and a nice big glass of vitamin D whole milk.
That's right.
Not none of that 2% shit for Captain America.
2%. Hey, I resent that. I used to live on that stuff in freaking elementary and junior high.
I drink 2% too. Don't get me wrong. But Captain America is pure as the driven snow. He can handle the whole milk.
That's right.
All right, fine. I'll give you that.
He's got the freaking metabolism of a teenager, for Christ's sakes. He can burn that shit up.
So Noah, we have 3 Owen Hart tournament matches today.
Correct. And
2 matches from the second round, and then the final match of the men's first round.
As I load up the Discord as is tradition.
It seems to me like they've got to do the Jeff Jarrett wild card before they do the Danielson pack match, right? Like, why would you run them out of order and do a second round match before you've finished the first round?
No, make
Sorry,
what?
Go ahead. What?
I heard something.
What?
I'm not using the Discord BT Dub because I have the East Coast feed, so I'm just watching it on my telly.
Oh, perfect. I always forget how we do things because of different scenarios.
AEW and TNA are the only things that I get East Coast. I don't get WWE or NXT East Coast.
Right.
Time.
And the next time we cover our TNA TV special is when they hit another milestone, because the next time we cover TNA will be pay-per-view via Triller, Discord, when we cover Slammiversary. So that's a different conversation for a later time, as I can bring up my sling now. All right, then I'm all set. So, yeah, I have to imagine, for me personally, this has to be the opener because, again, wild card. You got to consider what the wild card reaction is going to be, how Jeff Jarrett's going to prepare for this, doesn't know who he's facing, quote unquote. And you got to consider what the reaction to the outcome is going to be as well. But to your point, I'll say it once, I'll say it again. It's probably one of the only times I'll ever say this. And I just got done watching Summerversary 2009 last night, where that very man was literally involved in the match he made famous, King of the Mountain, for the TNA World Championship. Spoiler alert, he lost. That being said, again, this guy has respect, honor, integrity, history, friendship, connection to Owen Hart since 1993, defending his USWA championship against that very man before they became tag team champions and budding rivals, for being perfectly honest, not only over the Intercontinental Championship, make sure I get my words right, but of course they were also tag team champions before losing them to Kane and X-Pac. I'll talk more about that history later. But for me, it's just one of those things where it's like, if it's not Ricochet, if it's not London Lightning, if it's not the
Jinder Mahal,
Yeah, if it's
Damn,
not Dijak,
why, JJ? Why?
If it's not Dijak, if it's
Shelton
not
Benjamin.
somebody native known to Chicago, if it's not, there was another name I was thinking of, and then you made me lose it. Oh, Davey Boy Smith Jr. I just don't know what you put in that wild card spot where people can have a reason to connect to the fact that Jeff Jarrett should advance, knowing that a mental warfare with Switchblade Jay White is waiting on the other side as the opponent. But I'm holding out honestly for Jeff Jarrett, but I'm also just being a realist and looking at the scenario that 98% might come to fruition.
Yeah. I feel like the heavy favorite is that it's going to be Hangman Adam Page. A lot of people speculating about that based off of what was said last week on Dynamite and the vignette that was shown. But when you figure that the Elite suspended Hangman and have kind of been distancing themselves from everything that was the original Elite,
right?
As much as I hate to say it, could the dumb fucks cost Page the match, allowing Jarrett to move on?
It really depends.
Like,
on how,
that would be story right there, leading into Blood and Guts. That puts Hangman Adam Page on the other side of the Elite in Blood and Guts.
It would be the one time I actually cheered for the Young Bucks in years.
And I think, honestly, based on Hangman Adam Page's previous history, and I think looking at, what could be the longer-term storytelling beyond Blood and Guts and beyond, I think Hangman makes more sense in the opposition versus the oppression that AEW is trying to overthrow. It's just one of those things right now where it's like, how do you get there? Do you pull off a screw job in Chicago?
Well, I think them screwing Hangman Page in Chicago wouldn't be the worst thing, because we all know how fond a certain former AEW employee was of Hangman Page in the first place.
And he's at home.
Fair.
And he's at home.
And I feel like with the video package of Jeff Jarrett that aired, I think a lot of people have gotten behind him that normally wouldn't have, just like you have.
And Big G and Attila.
You were one of the biggest anti-Jarrett guys that I know.
Yes.
And after that video package, you were like, I kind of want to see him do it now. Because there's that story there, 25 years in the making, the 25th anniversary of Owen's passing. And Jarrett ain't getting no younger. He's going to have to be retiring some point here in the near future. Dude can still go.
Like Jarrett.
Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But he's maybe got another 2 to 3 years. 5 would be pushing it if he keeps it part-time like he has been.
Right.
But I'd say probably another good 2 to 3 years before he's just done.
Just make the wild card Chris Jericho and have the battle of the aging vets here, and just have Jericho.
No, because then the learning tree has to win, and I don't want that. I want Jarrett to go to the finals.
I mean, Samoa Joe.
Win or lose, I want him to go to the finals.
I already told you. I agree with that. But in an alternate Morgan Freeman narrated universe, I agree with that. But again, you gotta have some sort of feasible way to get him at least through the opening round. And 8 out of 10 says it's not going to happen. But for once, I hope I'm wrong. Predictability isn't a bad thing, but unpredictability is a beautiful thing when it happens. So good luck, Jeff Jarrett. I'm rooting for you. Can't believe I just said that.
Right.
Anyway, to your point, as we continue looking at the Owen, here's another match that's a rubber when you think about these two's history in AEW alone. Despite the fact they have history dating all the way back to their first encounter in 2017 on Independence. Chicago built, by the way, former AEW champion Kris Statlander, a title that Sky Blue's been pursuing, if you've been following that promotion as long as I have. Shout out to them. Taking on Willow Nightingale, both women with history of the TBS Championship. Both women have been in tag team wars, sometimes in the victory, sometimes in defeat. And of course, the wheels came off during that fatal four-way that Willow won, and we saw the proverbial knife stabbed in the back of Willow Nightingale at Double or Nothing after she lost TBS Championship. since then, with this newfound attitude and after what we saw during the Forbidden Door kickoff show, please more star, by the way, Tam Nakano, Momo Watanabe, incredible performance. I have to look at Kris Statlander needing this more to establish her newfound character, backed up by X Factor Stokely Hathaway. If Kris doesn't beat Willow clean, I think a steel chain comes into play behind the rest back, and I think Stokely Hathaway helps Kris push her ticket to the finals. Stats where it's at for me right now, more than ever in AEW, including the Owen finals.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you. As much as I would love to see Willow win here and go on to the finals, and there be that story there of can she repeat? If Stat doesn't win, then what the hell was the point of the heel turn? You know, she's going to lose any and all momentum that she's got if she loses here. She has to get this one.
Yeah, and since Tony's becoming popular almost by, just sheer osmosis, her facing a heel at Wembley is not completely out of the thought process. I'm assuming Mariah May is going to win, of course, so it'll be Mariah and Tony at Wembley. But stranger things have happened.
Yeah, I feel like that's the story. It has to be Mariah and Tony.
Yeah. Kris has to win here. Mariah's already advanced. Who won between Deonna and Hikaru?
Hikaru Shida.
So it's going to be Mariah and Shida.
Okay,
in the semifinals, keyword semifinals, Mariah May has to beat the most notorious AEW Women's Champion in this company's history. Good luck.
You know what, though? Mariah May is such a hot act right now that people are going to, they're behind her for whatever reason.
I agree.
So
just don't write off Shida. I'm not writing off Mariah, but I'm just saying this will be Mariah May's toughest match in her young career.
Yes. But in this case, like you said, Kris almost has to win because that puts her in the finals.
Exactly.
So Kris and Mariah would be the final, and that I'm okay with that. There is a question in the chat room. I did want to bring it up when we get back to the men's tournament. So let's go ahead and actually bring that match back up. Hang on a second. There we go.
That's fine.
What if the wild cards stay lethal? Wouldn't that be some shit? Just to throw Jarrett off.
I mean, well, again, you consider the history, the connection, the respect, the friendship of Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett. But lately, we haven't seen Jeff Jarrett in Jay Lethal's corner, why Sanjay Dutt has been. And last time we saw Jay Lethal, of course, he lost to Pac ahead of competing in the Owen Hart Foundation tournament. It would almost be one of those things where I do feel like that it's like the ultimate homage towards what Jeff Jarrett's been to Jay Lethal. And it also would show if Jeff Jarrett deserves to move forward in the Owen, because I respect that to be a very honorable bout. I actually wouldn't mind that at all.
I wouldn't either. What do you think, JJ?
We talked about it a while back when we first knew about the wild card spot.
Yeah.
Jay Lethal. Hell, even Sanjay Dutt was something that was brought up. Satnam Singh was brought up. Anybody from Planet Jarrett, as it were.
Yes.
That then could be turned into almost a finger poke of doom scenario,
right?
Allowing Jarrett to get past the first round because it's all his buddies.
That's true. It could happen. That's the great part. As much as wrestling, people seem to think that wrestling has become predictable in its getting better presentation-wise, there's still these X factors that we don't know about and we're not 100% sure on, which is great. I love that. My personal thing is I definitely want Jarrett to reach the finals, but based on the dialogue online, everything that's been going around the last little while, I want Jarrett to be in the finals against the person I think should win the tournament, and that's Bryan Danielson.
And I think this right here definitely needs to be the main event, considering the last time we saw the bastard Pac, he was in the main event against Claude Castagnoli, and he out-techniqued him for the 3 count, which still shocked the hell out of me. And again, Pac has not beaten Bryan Danielson yet. This will be the 3rd ever one-on-one encounter. But with Bryan on truly the final countdown of his career and his last chance to possibly become an AEW World Champion at Wembley Stadium, if we're going to see that type of challenge come to fruition, He has to somehow overcome the bastard pocket. You know Bryan's coming in here not 100%. That brutalizer is just waiting for Pac to be locked in after the damage done to his head, shoulders, and neck, courtesy of Shingo Takagi.
Yes. As far as it being the main event, JJ did reveal to me, I believe it was right after we went on the air, right before we went on the air, that they have already announced the main event is going to be for the International Championship.
Well, I guess that makes sense. It is a title match after all.
But JJ brought up a great point. I'll let him elaborate. It should be one of two things. Either, like you said, Jarrett should be opening the show, or the entire second hour should be all Owen matches.
I agree.
Yeah. If I was booking this, I would do Cage of Agony as your curtain jerker. Main event of the first hour would be Ospreay and Garcia, and the second hour would be all the Owen matches with the segments kind of sprinkled in there.
Yeah, and if you're going to do that, have the match be the second hour. I elaborated further saying that Jarrett should open the second hour. That way, the wild card reveal is the hook going into hour 2.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You always want that hook.
Yes.
Going to that second hour, and God knows AEW needs it if you harp on the ratings. So, but anyway, Pac and Danielson. For us, PWG,
this is going to be match of the night.
Damn right.
Yeah. There's no way it can't be. I don't. You know what? Ospreay and Garcia may surprise us though. So
I think
it'll be good.
Be a sleeper,
but this is going to be the match of the night.
Well, again, it's Bryan Danielson, but also anything with Ospreay, you know, is going to be a highlight. So
yes.
I mean.
But us PWG nerds going back, 15 years are going, yes, please, for this match.
Yeah.
Clearly.
So, yeah, I am. It's funny. I threw up a picture during the call the other night of me with both Danielson and Shingo at Bola 07. I think my picture with Pac is also from that weekend. I'll have to go back and look and kind of compare the backgrounds and see if it's Burbank or not, like the Bola card was. But yeah, this whole tournament's just like, man, I bet all these people. This is awesome. So it's good to see both these guys still in physical enough shape. Like I said, JJ and I were watching these guys wrestle in armories and freaking Legion halls 15, 16 years ago, and here we are still, not only watching them but calling their matches
20 years ago.
But about to say, time has
Danielson
both you gentlemen.
That's fair. Yeah.
Shout out to the icon Sting, by the way, who said tune in. Even Sting still, of course, supports AEW, and I hope that he's enjoying his retirement. As I was just, putting my finger on, the first thing I see is Sting saying tune in. And, of course, not just matches we have in store tonight. We also will hear, man, it feels good to fucking say this name again. We will also hear from the returning Dr. Britt Baker, D.M.D. Damn it.
What if Steen is the wild card?
Oh, my God.
Tweeting tune in.
So
JJ, you're going to make Jeff's head explode. Stop it.
I'm just saying. He just randomly tweeted to tune in.
The
he
word
hasn't
retirement
been seen since his retirement.
The word retirement means you are retired.
Not wrestling.
But Sting should honor that.
He should.
Ask Terry Funk about that.
Well, Terry Funk's a whole different animal. I can't control
Terry Funk had to be put in hospice and literally pass away. Okay, I believe it now. Jeez.
Even Shawn Michaels came out of retirement.
That's right. And he was one I was convinced wouldn't, damn it.
We don't talk about that match, though, for reasons.
No. But yeah, Britt, like I said, I even said this at the end of musings. I am rarely the one to go out here and say, I done told everybody so. But in this case, I did, damn it, because I saw her Thursday night. I'm like, this bitch is ready to go.
I literally tweeted about you. Tell me that, Jeff. I literally tweeted about you. Tell me that. As I got Chuck Lore Productions on my screen, the Wonder Bars logo, and it is 8 p.m. And you know what that means. There's Renee Paquette.
Not for Renee Paquette, which is
because it refreshed on me.
I got you.
It did on me too. But I'm not gonna be calling you guys.
Hulu.
Stupid Hulu.
Thank you, Sling.
We're just gonna rag on everything.
Chuck Lore Productions, Warner Brothers logo.
Let me know when you see Daniel Garcia come into frame with
Renee
Paquette. God love Renee.
I'm just gonna pause at the minute mark period. Noah.
That's fine.
I don't know if you pause it. That's I'm going to just make sure I know what I'm doing.
I got Daniel Garcia in my frame with Daddy Magic. What's a taste?
Right.
Daniel Garcia and Daddy Magic.
All right, there we go. We talked about the huge opportunity for Daniel Garcia once again going after the AEW International Championship tonight, this time against Will Ospreay versus last year facing Orange Cassidy. Right now, just listening to Daniel Garcia say a promo here. We're waiting for this entire live. Respects everything about Will Ospreay. Got one of Will Ospreay's mindset too after that huge loss at Forbidden Door.
Right.
It's everything. Walking corpse. Not that with a house call.
Damn, he's putting it on his mother's life that he's not losing. And here's our scumbag.
Oh, boy. And let's not forget, guys, he previously faced MJF one-on-one for the AEW World Championship last year, and that's really where this respect was established.
Dude, this whole tousle hair, like deeper tan Max, I'm here for it.
MJF wants to be in Garcia's corner.
Oh, we may
Matt does not like that. You can tell. Huh?
Yeah, there you go. You're all right with me. Respect.
For now. It's a setup. It's a trap.
Well, that being said, it's Wednesday, and you know what that means. From the lovely town of Chicago, Illinois, in the middle of the summer.
Not a beach town.
Action is red hot from the Wintrust Arenas. We're back once again. The different Multiverse Media Live Watch event. Welcome to Shark Week. Welcome to the day before we celebrate America with fireworks and barbecue. This is AEW Dynamite, and this is Beach Break, and we're kicking things off with the Owen and the American Dragon Bryan Danielson taking on the Bastard Pac in the semifinals. Welcome to the show. Hello, everybody, and welcome once again. I am the Superman Noah Foster, and of course, with me, as always, he is my color analyst in all things WWE, NXT, and AEW TV specials. I see that fan once again. I forget her name in the orange hair. Always be yourself and enjoy the show. Of course, the Renegade Wrestling, JJ Williams, and everybody out there in the chat. Thank you for tuning in to part one of what's a double feature tonight here in Multiverse Media, as we're doing a watch along event and still predicting NXT Heatwave shortly following this. Hope you enjoy everything. Please subscribe, comment, tell a friend. After this concludes at 10 p.m. Standard Time, we'll take a short break and come back here at 10:30 p.m. Standard Time with a fun cast, as we'll simply predict NXT Heatwave. The heat is on across professional wrestling business tonight, all throughout the summer, and it starts tonight with AEW, the fallout from the Forbidden Door. JJ, you ready to go tonight?
I am, and Tony Khan has already fucked up 4 minutes into the broadcast as we are getting the first match of the second round of the men's Owen tournament before we even conclude the first fucking round.
Well, call him a bastard if you wish, but this guy's a literal bastard. It is what it is, and we're not with the pen and paper. Of course, Pac qualified here to the semifinals, beating Kyle Castagnoli, coming in here with a record of 8-2, and of course, the American Dragon Bryan Danielson survived the war with Shingo Takagi this past Sunday at Forbidden Door to make it to the next round of the Owen Hart Foundation tournament. And as we know, the winner of this tournament has an AEW World Championship match waiting for them in the main event of AEW All In at Wembley Stadium. Imagine that being a homecoming here for the inaugural AEW International, formerly called Mid-Atlantic Champion. That's Pac's vision.
That's fair.
This should be a great match, though. Of course, this is not the first time these two met. It's the first time they met here in AEW.
Bell rings, here we go.
Referee for this match, Paul Turner. And, of course, you can support the Owen Hart Foundation going to owenhartfoundation.org to learn more about this organization and all that it does for the community, led, of course, by Martha Hart.
Both men haven't even locked up yet. Crowd's already chanting, holy shit.
Well, again, it's Bryan Danielson and Pac. First time ever in AEW. Last time these two met was literally back in 2009 in IPW. And, of course, Bryan Danielson previously faced Pac in Ring of Honor in 2007. For those that are here for the first time, please know that we provide alternative commentary. We do not share the feed because we don't believe in piracy, nor do we want to get copyright strike. So we encourage you to try and find this on your local cable provider or streaming provider and enjoy the action along with us as we bring you in blindly to tonight's festivities on this special edition of AEW Dynamite. But we do this for all the biggest pay-per-views, PLEs, TV specials, and of course, special shows across WWE, NXT, Ring of Honor, TNA, AEW, and sometimes New Japan Pro Wrestling, along with Mission Pro being added to the fold, as well as other circumstances like Bloodsport and the UFC, courtesy of Walter Cruz and James Hebert. And that's just some of the content you get here at the Gym with me if you're tuning in for the first time ever. Glad to have you part of the ride. Stiff Connor will tie up here right now, or excuse me, a test of strength, Roman knuckle lock. And again, you see the heavy kinesio tape running down the spine and all across the shoulder blades of Bryan Danielson. Perfect target for Pac and that brutalizer.
Well, Danielson is working injured from what the commentators were saying at Forbidden Door. Yep. So you got to figure that kinesio tape is nothing more than a great big bullseye on the neck and upper back of the American Dragon.
It's one of those things.
Pac is such a bastard. You know he's going to target that. Surprised he hasn't started to go for it already, Noah.
Well, right now, he's just going for wrist control. Speaking of control, the doctor will control the mic and the ring and the atmosphere tonight. As she will see us once again, we will hear from D.M.D. still to come tonight on AEW Dynamite Beach Break, as well as, to your point, this is not the only match we'll see in the Owen when it comes to semi-fun implications. We will see Kris Statlander go up against Willow Nightingale. Got a fun trios match in the meat division as the Cage of Agony takes on Samoa Joe, Katsura Shibata, and Hook, who knocked out Jericho this past Sunday with his own Judas effect. Moné will also have her double championship celebration on this loaded card. And I'm pretty sure she's going to have a party crasher if my intuition is correct. And of course, still to come tonight, we'll see Jeff Jarrett have his opening round match in the Owen Hart tournament against Wild Card. You put in what you think is in that cutout. It's not vacant. Cover lateral press. It's a 1 count. And of course, in our main event, it will be Will Ospreay defending the AEW International Championship against Daniel Garcia. And MJF will be in Daniel Garcia's corner.
Well, you know, there is a heavy rumor. John Cena is hosting Shark Week here for TBS.
That's true.
What if the wild card is John Cena? And we get a real Forbidden Door as John Cena comes to AEW.
You just brought producer man into the fold. I think you just did something to him.
You will literally hear me expire right here on my desk floor. It'll be a thing. John Cena pops out there. That should happen. Anyway, as you were.
As long as he comes back to basic thugonomics.
All right. Well, first off, word live. And secondly, that's my stick. And third, ladies and gentlemen, that was Jeff motherfucking Meacham, of course, the founder, creator, leader, pioneer, emperor of the Multiverse of Media. And again, if you want to ditch the conversation.
That was not Jeff motherfucking Meacham. That was Avatar Man.
Okay, fair enough. Avatar Man.
Jeff Meacham is the alter ego.
You're exposing his identity then if that's the case. And again,
well, it says it on his thing when he pops his avatar up. It says _ Jeff Meacham.
Okay, well,
so people know, but he is Avatar Man today.
All right, well, he needs to put that on his business card then.
He does. He needs to change his tag.
Again, Pop right now picking up speed, changing the pace of this match. Sidestep Bryan Danielson up and over, out of the corner. Both these men jockeying for position right now, and both men literally keep one another. Oh, God! Mid-air collision.
Bang in the middle of the ring. Both men having the same idea.
I'm sure Chicago is no stranger to mid-air collisions like that. Crowd standing in approval, though, for this great opening contest. Bryan Danielson and Pac down, but you see Bryan Danielson trying to get feeling back in his right wrist. Might have been a stinger effect off the way he landed. When you see a wrestler do that with their hands, that's almost indicative of nerve damage. Again, it's a weird feeling when you think half your body is shutting down on you. You don't know how to react or what to do. But we all know the perseverance of this sicko of professional wrestling, self-proclaimed Bryan Danielson. And, of course, again, he is literally on the last leg of his full-time run career. As, of course, it will culminate in Tacoma Washington at Wrestle Dream. Massive uppercut there. And just takes him down with a forearm. And that forearm brought Danielson there. Paul Turner checking on him, of course. And again, you think about, again, you get hit in the ear, JJ. You know something about that. That the rupture league equilibrium, that affects you.
Most definitely. Any kind of headshot really jacks you up. A lot of people think it's just the ear, but any headshot, just like really kind of sends you loopy for a moment. Rings of Saturn locked in by the Bastard here.
He's going for the brutalizer, as I indicated earlier. Think about again the stress and the torque on that damaged shoulder. This is going to be agonizing right now for Bryan Danielson, but we also know how much of a technique master he is. He knows how to find his skip as he tries to cross away the ropes and force the break with his foot. And we'll continue the action, this opening contest here on this Dynamite special, folks. Fuck television, but it's restaurant quality, picture in picture. Like I said, I don't give a fuck what I'm covering. Television is the worst thing to plague me when it comes to professional wrestling, because God bless it.
I hear you.
Really?
Trust me, it annoys me too. And especially seeing this, whatever she wants to call herself,
Saturday.
as part of the commercial.
Hey, I'm always up though.
I think I'm going to go take a shit when she has her segment later.
All right. Well, that being said, y'all want to hear more about that? Let him talk to you with a super chat. It's as simple as that. Pilot right now controlling the Bastard, of course, during the commercial break. Or excuse me, controlling Bryan Danielson right now. Bastard in his own right. During the commercial break. I got
nice chop there.
Vicious chop. I gotta consider this though, JJ. We saw the dismay in Claudio Castagnoli's eyes when he lost to Pac. Bryan Danielson told him, "Hey man, it happens sometimes." You think about Claudio Castagnoli. He came out at one point and says, "I'm not the wrestler I want to be. I'm the professional wrestler I need to be." And Claudio's had a rough run as of late, including challenging Swerve for the AEW World Championship. You almost wonder if Claudio Castagnoli sees this momentum as Bryan Danielson moves forward, and how does that affect him, and does it further maybe, motivate him in a way? Blackpool Combat Club, of course, forging combat, or does it negatively affect him knowing that his partners may be having more success than him as of late?
That's fair. I mean, you look at Claudio, and Danielson is the odds-on favorite to win the Owen, if we're being legit.
Yeah.
Wheeler Yuta still Ring of Honor pure champion?
Correct.
Moxley just lost the IWGP title, so he was just a champion. And then there's Claudio, who's just kind of been lying in the weeds. So to your point, he's definitely got to be feeling kind of useless to a degree. All the rest of his brethren are being successful, and he really hasn't done a whole lot since being Ring of Honor champion, I don't think. There may have been something in there that I forgot about or missed, but I could be wrong.
Nope, you're right. He hasn't had an accolade since having the Ring of Honor World Championship and losing to Eddie Kingston at Arthur Ashe Stadium last year. And of course, we'll be covering Arthur Ashe Stadium again this year when AEW presents AEW Dynamite Grand Slam in September. As the continued hashtag We Gonna Die JMN watch along event schedule continues to grow and grow and grow with each week passing.
Yep, September 25th Dynamite, definite. September 28th Collision, pending the fact that no other company runs a pay-per-view PLE, because if they do, that takes precedent.
Yeah, exactly. As we are back here at
unless
AEW
we
Dynamite.
decide to do double commentary and do double streams.
Hey, it
like
wouldn't be the first. We've proved we could do a simulcast when it comes to Battle of the Belts and Collision and another show, and I think that worked out beautifully. And shout out again to our alternative commentary team.
The Bastard giving Danielson a taste of his own medicine there with those yes kicks to the chest.
But why would you want to instigate the American Dragon? I understand the Bastard's all about looking for trouble. Speaking of trouble, we'll officially announce the first member of Team AEW later tonight for AEW Dynamite Blood and Guts the next time we cover AEW content after the Owen concludes later on in July. And meanwhile, rebound German suplex. Bryan lands on his feet, though. Not going to wear. Oh, it eats a high kick.
I wonder if that's going to be Hangman Adam Page to go up against the Elite.
When does the Cowboy roll it into the Wintrust Arena? That's yet to be determined. And does it happen? That high round kick,
I think that's a safer bet as opposed to the wild card. What do you guys think in the comments? Sound off.
Yeah,
you think the Hangman will be the first member announced of Team AEW after everything that was seen the last couple weeks?
Danielson right now teeing off against Pac, who has braced his arms against the second rope. is eating these kicks, looking at the line, and Pac ducks out of the way and finds reprieve on the outside. Bryan, though, avoiding baseball slide. Pac again gets out of the way. Bryan, though, changing position, strategy, running knee off the apron. But you got to wonder, is Bryan going to take a count out here? Again, count out will actually mean he would advance. Take a look at this. That knee on target from the apron. And Danielson right now with the advantage, giving Pac a seat. We've seen this before. You see the heavy, to your point, not just kinesio tape, but cup treatments to Bryan Danielson's back. It's almost one of those things where I'm like, kinesio tape, is it a benefit or a deficit to professional wrestler? Why? It may help your muscles. It puts a blatant target on you. Oh, God!
Okay, I think I ended up ahead of you because my leg accidentally pressed a button on the controller. So,
what's Pac doing?
Let me see here. Pac is about to do a tombstone pile driver. Let me know once he drops it.
And Pac right now off the apron. Barricade elbow drop to Bryan Danielson. And now bringing it back inside. Referee's count at 5. And once again in position. The springboard elbow. Big elbow drop again to Bryan Danielson straight through the heart. And again, with the negative, that can't feel good. Bryan right now hooked up by Pac. Uh-oh. Tombstone pile driver. Lateral press cover to advance. And Bryan gets the shoulder up at 2. And again, going for another cover. 2 count again. He feels like he's got him beat here. And again, 2 count
nope,
after
that's
that.
Just about making Bryan exert more energy. He knows after that first 2 count, he's not going to get him. But the more that Bryan has to exert energy to kick out, the more he can drain him as he sets him up for the yes lock,
the bell
lock.
There you go. And right now, impairing Pac's vision, Pac's breathing. Will Pac find a way to escape? We saw Bryan Danielson was able to submit Shingo Takagi, not with a label lock, but with a ridiculous Fujiwara armbar, bending that arm up 90 degrees. And Pac, though, with so much range, so much reach, finding his footing.
Barely. He struggled there for a minute to get to that rope, but he was able to just barely get a foot on to make the ref have to separate the 2.
Again, I mean, that's just great mat sense by the bastard Pac here. Again, considering what is on the line here, a spot in the finals of the Owen Hart Foundation tournament. Where right now at this point, Jay White, Wild Carter, Jeff Jarrett awaits on the other side for these 2 men. And again, you see Paul Turner right now.
Oh, Jesus.
Kazuchika Okada, of course, still AEW Continental Champion. And we talked about Pac, who really has been on a different road to redemption as of late, ever since facing Okada at Dynasty for the Continental Championship. Now, Bryan followed and meanwhile, Pac, oh, God, ran it with the uppercut. Danielson, though, looking to follow in again and runs in with the drop kick. Heel of the boot underneath the jar of Pac, and both men down for the time being. Great heart and determination being demonstrated here by both, which is a last chance effort to return to Wembley for Pac, and the last chance effort for Bryan Danielson to try and claim the AEW World Championship. I don't know if this is wise. Bryan Danielson going up to the top rope, high risk district. As Pac gets up to his feet, and oh no! And Pac right now literally perching Bryan Danielson. Sweeping out the leg of the American Dragon. Danielson in trouble right now. Pac in the dominant position. Front face lock. Top rope. What the hell is this? Oh, boy. Oh, no.
Danielson, yes.
Right now hooked. And, oh, my God! Sheer drop brainbuster from the top rope.
Can Pac capitalize, though, Noah? That's the $1 million question.
Here's the cover to your point. Hook the far leg. 2.5. Danielson somehow able to kick out. Take a look at this. I thought I was just going for a superplex. Golly. All that pressure downwards on Bryan Danielson's already compromised neck. And Pac might be looking for the black arrow here. And oh! Nobody home, no water in the pool. Bryan right now trying to use the yes movement to wheel himself to his feet. Clinches made the finals. The Psycho Knee connects!
This could be it, Noah, but Bryan's got to get the cover.
Does he have enough wherewithal? Does he have enough ring savvy sense to drape an arm and find a cover?
He's got to completely reposition his body. He's facing the other way.
And again,
he's taking too long.
The wear and tear again of this contest, JJ. Finally with the cover. Hook of the near leg to advance. And Brutalizer! The Brutalizer locked in!
But Pac's got to be careful with his shoulders on the ground.
Oh, he's got him completely turned down on his body, completely sideways at this point. If Bryan doesn't verbally tap, the referee might call it for his own well-being. Is Bryan's hopes of going to Wembley being dashed now by pop reversal? The shoulders are down. The shoulders are down. Oh, man. Last possible split-second pop breaks it up. And Bryan right now reversing.
LaBelle lock.
LaBelle lock locked in, but Pac again reversing. Shoulders down, American Dragon. Crucifix down. Pac is down. Bryan advances!
Hell of a fucking match.
Good God! Sheer awareness, counter offense preserves the American Dragon's hope for Wembley Stadium. Crucifix counter to the Brutalizer. Bryan Danielson has beaten Pac and advances to the finals of the Owen Hart Foundation tournament. And you see immediately Doc Sampson, though, again, checking on Bryan Danielson's condition. That neck, that shoulder. You see the way he's raising his arms. Let's look at the updated bracket here, JJ. Bryan Danielson has cemented his spot for next week in Calgary. He is in the finals.
I'm still shaking my head the fact that we still have a first-round match to go, and we already know one of the competitors in the finals.
Well, tonight at least.
Come on, Tony.
Yeah. I wish both women's semifinals were tonight, for being honest with you. Of course, still to come tonight, Willow Nightingale and Kris Statlander, and I imagine this Saturday, Hikaru Shida and Mariah May. Congratulations to the American Dragon Bryan Danielson. We go backstage from Renee Paquette with Willow Nightingale.
Willow.
We all love Willow, but no smile on Willow's face tonight. Game face or concern?
Concern, it looks like. It's like she still doesn't believe that she's got to be doing this with a woman that she considered her best friend, her sister.
Since
You know it still irks her. It still tears her up inside.
Again, they've been literally through thick and thin, through wars and through engagements to the very end for the last 7 years.
I wonder why she's only got tattoos on the one arm and not the other.
It's probably a choice behind that. I don't know when people decide and how they dictate what part of their body becomes a canvas.
It just catches me off guard sometimes, because when you see a person with that many tattoos, like, you would think they'd be a little bit more evenly dispersed. But it definitely looks like she's going for a sleeve of some kind, which definitely popular. But then on the other side, like up there above her chest, she's got like a word or something. I mean, I can't talk that much because all the tattoos I have are on one arm myself, because I've got my daughter's name here, and then up higher I've got the Long Beach tattoo that Jeff has also, and I've got Negaduck from Darkwing Duck. So, and that's all on the same one arm.
It's fair enough. Willow Nightingale's aspiration to become a 2-time Owen Hart winner, going through her former best friend. We've been waiting for this confrontation ever since the fall of Double or Nothing. Tonight, Willow finally gets her hands on Kris Statlander. Well, she's definitely hyped up. Smile anyways. Willow Nightingale, Kris Statlander up next. An AEW Dynamite
She's so infectious that you can't help but like her.
Exactly. She's such a
I
lovable
love me
human
some
being.
Willow. If I ever get to AEW again, meeting Willow is like my number one objective.
That's fair.
She is so adorable.
Yeah, you can't help but smile when you hear the exuberance attitude of Willow Nightingale, even when you think she's down and out, even when you think she's hurt, even when you think she's vulnerable, when you don't believe in her bubbly, chubbly, unorthodox persona and wrestling style. Promos like that, once again, remind you and encourage you to not only, look different at yourself, but be proud of who you are and also believe in Willow. Again, this woman's made history multiple times over when people have doubted her. Main event of Ring of Honor for the first time ever against Athena for the Ring of Honor Women's World Championship. She won the WWE Strong Women's Championship, had a great run with that. She won last year's Owen, beating Ruby Soho in the finals. And tonight she has a chance to punch her ticket to try and become a 2-time consecutive Owen Hart Foundation tournament winner. All you got to do is beat her former best friend. Willow Nightingale, Kris Statlander coming up next here as we got a full commercial break.
Hey, I believed in Willow Nightingale before I believed in Joe Hendry.
Well, that's fair. But I also believe in what's ahead on the JMN Multiverse and me. I watched on schedule. That being said, since we have
why don't we show them that, Noah?
Yeah, let's show a real commercial. Producer!
And now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
And for those that don't know, that tune in for the first time ever to hear my voice and wonder who I am, I'm simply a simple man and a lifelong fan of all the wrestling, 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 all the professional wrestling. Damn it!
Yes, you are. And we love you for it.
Hey, change his name.
I did.
That was perfect. The 1 minute trailer was just enough time for me to go and freshen up my drink.
There you go.
Well, we established this. I think it was open mic night. It's enough time for me to head down the hall, take a Liaki, go in the kitchen, grab a water bottle, and sit my ass back down. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, the perfect timing.
I just realized watching that trailer back again, starting with whatever it was, Slammiversary. We've got a watch along on the 20th, 24th, and then 26, 27, 28. That is going to be a busy 8 or 9 days there. That's crazy.
Let's freaking go is all I got to say. I'm all for it.
That's it.
Well, to be fair, the UFC watch along is Walter's thing. He does that on his channel. I'm trying to get him to give me the 411 early enough so that we can get it streamed on my channel as well.
Yeah,
but,
And
also get it out there.
And also, of course, James and Walter, they handle the UFC and the Bloodsport watch along. Speaking of handling things, they're their boy in the ring, Mark Briscoe.
Oh, Lord, here we go.
I thought Willow said she was on her way to the ring, and now Mark Briscoe's out here. What?
Perhaps Willow had an appearance change.
Or Kris Statlander attacked her backstage ahead of the match. But also, speaking of being attacked, this boy was heavily attacked during that TNT Championship ladder match. But he is still a Ring of Honor World Champion.
No, he's not. I am. I got the belt right here. And I had to pay a cheaper deposit than he did to keep it. Mine was only $25.
Hey, you saved up, he manned up. There you go. Let's see what that redneck got to say. This guy's always a motivational speaker. You want to talk about a little bit of motivational speaker? This guy could speak all night. I'll be fine with it. Extra ball, Lucky Charms, my favorite cereal. Boo. Ain't worry about last week. This week, damn it! What you worry about this week? It's Shark Week. It is Shark Week. I love this guy.
Shameless plug.
Thinking blood and guts. Wait, what? No, you don't think. Hell yeah! Mark Briscoe is the first participant in Blood and Guts and the first member of Team AEW. If someone knows what Blood and Guts is, it's the wait a minute, God bless it.
Is it sad that as much as I despise Jack Perry, I would rather see a Jack Perry championship celebration tonight than a Mercedes Moné double championship celebration?
I mean, it's just, a fan's opinion. You're being objective. As Kyle O'Reilly right now is trying to literally punch the lights off a scapegoat. Oh, crap. Okada, Kyle, Rainmaker!
Bitch.
Damn it, Okada! Son of a bitch! And now Jack Perry literally adding insult to injury as here comes the rest of the elite. Matthew and Nicholas Jackson. And of course, we saw this past Sunday, Jack Perry, the scapegoat, did become the TNT champion. The elite completely draped in gold. We got our first member of TMAW, though. You got to wonder who's going to stand against these four with Mark Briscoe. Kyle O'Reilly probably a second, but Kyle O'Reilly got laid out, and it looks like the elite aren't done yet. No, this is just unnecessary. Freaking Bucks.
EVP trigger.
Oh, God. Them boy down. The man already fought through a savage team championship ladder match, and these guys are just picking the bones. Well, wait a minute. Oh.
Listen.
Number one contenders for the AEW World Tag Team Championships, the Acclaimed. And look how the elite are scurrying away like cowards. Since the odds are in their favor. As soon as the number gets around play, it's like, oh no, we're out of here. Kris Statlander already very vocal about this Kazuchika Okada. He does not love it at all. Says, I guess is what happens when you add a few more bucks to a man's pocket. And Okada mixing the fucking hell, Okada. I can't hate that man. But it is official now. It is the elite, Team Elite, taking on Team AEW. And we have our first member. It will be 5-on-5. Your first member of Team AEW is Mark Briscoe.
And keep in mind, there's still one spot left on the elite side.
Well, a lot of unknowns still as we head towards Blood and Guts and we finish our road through the Owen next week Wednesday. And we'll be back here next week Wednesday to go backstage with one that is known. That is your Timeless era continuing as we see Timeless Toni Storm embracing her bosom buddy Mariah May.
I was going to say Mariah May nuzzled up to the bosom of the Timeless one.
And of course, Mariah May will be facing Hikaru Shida in the semifinals of the Owen Hart Foundation tournament. This Friday on Red
Friday. As we continue Beach Break.
Remember one thing. You got to remember also, JJ, it was Timeless Toni Storm that beat Hikaru Shida to establish the Timeless era last year at Full Gear. If anyone knows how to beat her, it's Toni Storm. Say the line. I agree, Lufer. I agree. End scene. Anyway. Oh, good God, this idiot. There's one thing I can agree about this bald-headed buffoon, and that is every night is indeed Saturday night when this woman graces the stage. Kris Statlander as we continue our way through the Women's Owen Hart Foundation Tournament. Of course, we know that Kris Statlander won her quarterfinal match against her longtime rival, Nyla Rose. It was in this very city back in 2020 at the First Revolution that Kris Statlander arrived and took on Nyla Rose for the AEW Women's World Championship. It's a big-time match here with these two former friends and this newfound attitude of Kris Statlander. Well, that's a way to change the mood whenever you hear that disco tune. Oh, wait a minute, Ginger, they're waiting!
Cat fight!
We're off and going here, folks! And a fight on the stage. That's why I need the clothesline. Willow Nightingale. Walk God!
Pounds!
Period!
Sending Stat all the way down the entrance ramp. This is one pissed off Nightingale.
That's one pissed off bitch. And it looks like that back plan by Stokely Hathaway for the pre-match assault backfired. And Willow dribbling Kris like a basketball in the home of the great Michael Jordan. The GOAT himself. And front face look on the floor, and Willow hooking up Kris. Possible suplex. Snap suplex. That'll rearrange the spine of Stat. Stat is in a lot of trouble right now. Again, Willow's been boiling over ever since that discus lariat post Double or Nothing when she lost the TBS Championship.
Bell finally rings.
All right, Rick Knox calls for the bell, and then Willow into the cover, hook of the leg, gets a 1 count here. Kick out by Kris Statlander. Spot for the finals at stake here in the Women's Owen Hart Foundation Tournament, where either Mariah May or Carl Shida waits on the other side. That match will be determined this Friday on AEW Rampage. And, of course, the finals will be covering here with me next week, Wednesday, when it comes to us from the Scotiabank Saddle Dome in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Next week, Wednesday night on Dynamite. And Kris Statlander right now, right in the eyes to Willow, trying to take advantage. Now going out of the corner off the second, losing her footing, pausing. Oh, but still gets the back elbow strike and takes Willow down. Willow unable to counter that with the thumb jam in the eyes after Statlander was able to regather her balance. Stat in control. Can she keep the offense going? Stay tuned. Fuck television. Restaurant Quiet Picture in Picture.
Well, we will take this opportunity during a Fuck Television Picture-in-Picture to announce that I believe it is now official Adam Pearce style. Rampage watch along this Friday night as we continue with Beach Break.
Hey! Oh, God, spinal tap kick. I'm up for it. I love it. Anytime I cover more wrestling, it's beautiful thing. Cover. 2 with the leg and a 2 count.
My participation is tentative, though, as I do start work at 1 o'clock.
Very fair.
So it's possible I'll be cut by 7. That would be 6 hours. Usually they've been cutting me at around the 4.5, 5 hour mark.
All righty.
But worst comes to worst, we'll have Walter Cruz on standby to do your color analyst.
Ooh.
If I am not back in time. But yeah, since they announced that Beach Break is continuing on Friday, and we'll get the Mariah May Hikaru Shida match. Fuck it. We're going to run with it.
Hey, I'm all for it, especially because I'm looking very forward to seeing the Shining Samurai take on the Glamour as we continue to figure out who deserves to win the Owen Hart Foundation Tournament. And, of course, waiting at the end of this is a timeless encounter in Wembley Stadium for the AEW Women's World Championship as the winner will face Timeless Tony Storm for the title at All In. An Irish whip right now by Kris Statlander.
There it is.
Explodes. All right, it's official then. Explodes out of the corner with the lariat. So stay tuned, folks. The action continues all week on the Multiverse of Media. We got something for you Friday night. All right. Oh, God. Tim Burr with the high kick. Kris Statlander, lateral press, cover. Kick out by Willow at 2. Dang, Willow fell down like a redwood. And I'm not talking about the learning tree either. Now Statlander tying up with a Nightingale here. The submission hold.
Using those thick thighs to try to gain a submission here on Willow.
You almost would think that's like a proverbial reverse triangle there. Now changing position into the rear naked choke. That forearm deep underneath the jaw, pointing the elbow underneath Trying to cut off the breathing, cut off the flow of oxygen to the brain. Incapacitate Willow Nightingale, the babe with the power. Bomb. To my point earlier, Kris Statlander, Willow Nightingale. Reversal, shoulders down, forcing Kris to let go of
Great
the
move
hold.
there by Willow, using her size and her weight advantage to try to roll Stat up there while Stat had her in that submission.
Well, I mean, again, you figure about the counterintuitiveness of American Dragon Bryan Danielson to Pac's brutalizer attempts to constantly keep that locked in. He used that against him and trapped him in a crucifix. Oh, God.
But I could be wrong, Noah, because, I don't know these women as well as you do. But I believe Stat's got the experience advantage on Willow. So for Willow to be able to pull something like that shows that she's definitely been doing her homework.
Well, yeah, to your point, Kris Statlander does hold more experience in the business than Willow Nightingale. Also, straight out of the Chicago area, heavily known out of AEW, was their champion for 559 days. As we're looking at a battle here, as we're back here between Willow and Kris, two former TBS champions. Kris with a knife-edge chop and Willow unaffected as both women stay on the apron. Man, this thing's been heated from the get-go and has not let up.
Referee Rick Knox, the official.
Looking for
longtime friend of the channels.
I say, this guy out of the South. And right now, Kris looking to send Willow south from the apron down to the floor hard. And God! Back elbow strike as Kris falls backwards hard to the floor. And Willow avoiding certain disaster here. Match continuing hot and heavy, quite literally here at AEW Dynamite Beach Break. Owen Hart Foundation semifinals in the women's side. And Willow right now scouting Kris and coming!
Cannonball.
Rolling Statlander flat as Stokely gets out of harm's way.
So you know that Willow was aiming for Stokely, though. Beautiful missile drop kick from the second rope there.
And Willow keeping the power forward, taking Kris up and over with the lariat. Cover 2, no!
Oof. Only a 2 count.
You see Stokely praying on the outside to anybody that wishes to listen to him. Willow right now has to stay on the gas pedal. She's got control. She's got momentum. She can't get frustrated at this point. Got to keep moving forward. Got to keep the fight. Gut wrench looking for the Dr. Bomb. Kris trying to fight back, though. Last time these two faced each other one-on-one, Statlander was the TBS champion, and she beat Willow, of course. Big scissor kick. On target, hook of the far leg, a near fall on Willow. And with the waist lock, German suplex. Pulling her up and over like an accordion. Willow right now rocked, and Statlander might be just one Wednesday night fever away from punching her ticket to the finals. The first time these two faced her in AEW was over the TBS Championship. And of course, we saw last year at World's End, Willow got the better of Kris Statlander. These two are 1-1 in singles competition here in AEW. And maybe figure a big German suplex out of the corner of the second rope.
Did you see the way the Stat just stayed there, folded up like an accordion for a couple of seconds?
Yeah, she was literally paused in time as her vertebrae was rearranged, but still back on her feet. Clearly fueled by fury, followed up again. Big boot to the side of the head. And now hooking up Willow. Statlander's got Willow hooked. Now counter the Willow, roll through, cover. Reversal by Stat, roll up. 2 count on both sides. Looking for the discus. Willow able to duck on her knee, up and around. Fireman's carry. Step by driver. Oh, man. Wild right hand open palm strike. Now up on the shoulders again. Kris Statlander.
TKO.
Drives her down face first. Cover. Deep hook of the far leg. And Willow gets the shoulder up at 2.5.
And Stat is beside herself. She wants to beat the hell out of the referee. She thought that was 3.
And Stokely right now.
What's up, Big G? Good to see you popping in. Your girl hasn't spoken yet.
My balling brother. And look at that
chain.
Remember what I said, JJ. That chain introduced earlier this year, Kris refused to use, and she lost against Rico. Looks like she has no problem using it this time. That's Willow right now trying to get the better of Stokely half away, and Kris Statlander's got a loaded right. Whoa, 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 whoa. The schoolgirl by Willow, the roll up. Willow,
she got her.
Willow advances.
Holy shit.
What the fuck? Willow got Kris. That game plan backfired. the second consecutive year, Willow Nightingale is moving on to the finals of the Owen Hart Foundation tournament.
Looks like Christopher Leclerc is 1,000,000% wrong here. Not going to happen. Willow Nightingale is not winning. She just won, homeboy.
Clean as a whistle.
She is in the finals to be the repeat Owen Hart Cup winner.
And again, as we know, Bryan Danielson awaits to see who he faces in the finals. We have one side of each final set up in each Owen tournament. And of course, we'll be covering the finals here next week on the Multiverse of me as we go backstage to, I'm not going to say another word.
But Jay White doesn't even know who he's going to compete against yet because we don't even have our winner of this match.
Well, let's go ahead and hear.
Jeff Jarrett has nothing to say right now to Renee. You can see everything weighing on him.
Jay Lee was saying Jeff's never been more prepared for anything besides this his entire life. Honoring one of his best buddies, his best friends, Owen Hart. Jeff Jarrett, all I got to say is good luck. We're going to hear from the doctor next when we return to Dynamite. I got to be honest, JJ, that fucking shocked me. Kris Statlander let hubris once again cost her. This time she went for the chain, and the game plan backfired when she almost decked Stokely Hathaway. Willow beat Kris.
I mean, I'm happy, but I didn't see it coming.
No, and I love that unpredictability. I thought Willow was as good as dead to rights. She surprised me. And again, don't count out smile through adversity, Willow Nightingale, out of anything.
Nope.
Wow.
Boss man, should we hit him with the watch long trailer again?
I was gonna say I'm definitely more intrigued by the Willow Mariah May match than I thought it was gonna be now. But you know what? If they're going for it, screw it. I'm here for it.
Hey, may the best woman win. That's what it's about at the end of the day. You be the better wrestler, and Willow outsmarted Kris. Simple roll-up.
And we do thank everybody watching across Championship Multiverse Media. And if you're crazy enough to watch us on a Wednesday night, hell, come back during the PLEs and the pay-per-views. Like these, for example.
And now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
And again, folks, that's just, again, some of the primary stuff we do here at the JMN Multiverse Me outside the weekly-based shenanigans and showcasing here from JMN Multiverse of Mia and partners and friends here. Again, we give you a little bit of everything, 24/7, 365, but definitely I think the watch-alongs for anything wrestling are definitely our biggest highlights.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it doesn't end with the wrestling. You know, whenever the Stat Boys schedule allows it, we've branched into real pro sport watch-alongs for major games. You know, the Super Bowl, the NBA Finals, the Stanley Cup Finals. We were going to do the All-Star game for baseball in a couple of weeks, but just isn't going to fit into Stat Boy's schedule.
Well, let's go to Tony Schiavone. We are back here at AEW Dynamite in the ring, and you know what that means. How fitting that this gentleman introduces one of his closest friends since day one, not seen since facing Kris Statlander for the TBS Championship last year. Please welcome back Dr. Britt Baker, D.M.D.
The doctor will see you now.
Man, is it good to see that name on that screen. In peak physique, It was this past Sunday night that the Doctor returned home, the first female signing to All Elite Wrestling and the former second longest reigning AEW Women's World Champion, the role model, yours truly, Dr. Britt Baker, D.M.D. You can see it in her face how happy she is. You got one who's more happy, Big G or her. And Tori Giovanni, they embraced right there. Of course, Tony was there with Britt Baker's rise when she became the AEW Women's World Champion at Double or Nothing 2021, beating Hikaru Shida. Let's hear from the Doctor. My face of TBS. Welcome back, Britt. It's good to see you. And I wonder what's next. Of course, we know she went all in last year in that fatal four-way. 5 way too long, way too hard. What you're going to say? Yeah, please talk to us. I'll take you talking as long as you wish. Three fans we all have. Past, present, future. Our past. Our lesson. Present is a gift. Amen. Future as a motivation. Man, someone put that on a shirt. 10 months. Yeah. Haven't seen you since you faced Kris for the TBS Championship. Last year in September. Correct. Herniated disc and torn hip bearing to keep her away from this place. Took more than that. Back in November. Physically banged up. Mentally. Damn right you're good. This business could break you mentally and destroy you physically. And vice versa. Oh, dear. You're sick. Remember spinning. Vision was blurry. Brian was tingling. She said she's good. I'm gonna bottle of water. Can I open a bottle of water? Oh dear. Her entire right side stopped working. Transient ischemic attack. Jesus Christ. A mini stroke. Oh my God. No. My mom's a stroke survivor, so God bless you. You get yourself right. The present. She's here. She's clear. She's healthy, baby. I love it.
But
Never more nervous.
More nervous than she was at Forbidden Door.
I'm going to let you take over now.
No, that's good.
Never more unsure. Never doubted. We gave a holy fuck more than Mercedes Moné winning both titles with you coming back.
Serious.
Felt the fear of rejection. Yeah. The fear of rejection is often worse than the rejection itself. Accurate. No control of what's going to happen. Amen, All Elite Wrestling. Needed us. Welcome right back with open arms and D.M.D. chance. Put your D.M.Ds in the chat. All right, will be in our corner. One of us means that from bottom of our heart. Now the future with the motivation. Going for a hard time. Go through that shit. Be present. Feel all of it. Feel better on the other side once you get there, and you will. We all possess the impulse to be elite. Speaking of elite, new female All Elite Wrestling. Wait a second. After shedding blood, sweat, and tears in this very ring and building this company from the ground up. Yeah, quote unquote. Must feel great for her. But you be the judge. CEO. It's time for a decade. Turn those 3 letters. Oh!
Boom.
Channel 3 up primary entrance music. And family music, tell your friend. The only 3 letters in this company. D.M.D. Accurate. What? It's a horn blaring. There's a car rolling up. Who the hell's that? Oh, wait a minute. Well, there's the 3 different letters for you. I'll let you decide what those 3 letters are, folks. And isn't this fitting? The EVPs welcoming in the TBS and Strong Champion. Damage at separation. Saying get the ring ready, get the props ready.
Are you for real right now?
Well, I mean, what would it be without Matthew and Nicholas Jackson cutting the DMD off for the CEO celebration? There's
They're cutting off a pillar. Oh, God. Well,
you
we all said she needed to go for the heel. I guess that's the way to do it, is line her with the young fucks.
Well, I mean, hey, she doesn't have an executive cabinet, so I guess the next best thing you hired is those prop acts.
Oh, my God. Poor Britt.
Blatant disrespect to the DMD as the CEO has entered the building. Again,
I'm loving how Britt's just standing there like, yeah, you can set up all you want. I'm not moving.
I mean, Britt's probably just, abruptly surprised as we all are.
Britt is going to kick her fucking head off, and I'm here for it. I don't care.
Of course, we saw Britt confront the CEO from afar when she arrived this Sunday at Forbidden Door. To my, again, previous challenge at the TBS Championship, that was our last match. Yeah, I'm not sure Britt had this plan on her homecoming back to All Elite Wrestling inside the ring.
Pretty sure this wasn't on her clientele list today in the office.
Well, I'm sure she could fit an appointment in for, a checkup.
I think she should once she kicks her teeth down her throat. So,
Damn.
Britt's just so pissed. I'm here for it, every bit of it. She's all mad.
D.M.D.
Good for her. I don't wait. Britt's smiling now. I like that.
Let's see. She's lucky she doesn't get lynched. And it doesn't look like nobody's ready for this celebration or wants to go to it or both. Yeah, a little bit tit for tat, I guess. I'll try to run from indoor.
She just called Britt irrelevant to her. Like, what the fuck?
I'm going to let Jeff react to this because I think Jeff's going to have some fun with this. I already done my
Well, I can't do both because I can't have the audio on and be off mic. So, yeah, it's...
Well, how about this? The audience is telling the CEO to shut the fuck up.
Yay, Chicago.
Says what a real star looks like.
Okay, so a real star walks into another company and gets everything handed to him. Got it.
All in. Wait, what? All in Mercedes. That's right. She wrestled
Yes,
back
she did.
All in when this was established.
Yes.
The first female to go all in All Elite Wrestling.
She was the first woman they signed to this company.
And she wrestled all in Wembley Stadium. Damn!
Yes!
Broken bitch with a broken leg.
Yes!
And she must have fed Moné all in.
We knew it was coming.
She did not.
Yes, she did.
Whoop that trick. Whoop that trick.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no.
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
I'll say, what line? Well, that price looks like it may be fulfilled sooner rather than later. And it might be a dentist bill that Moné can't freaking buy her way out of.
God, I wish Britt would have kicked her fucking teeth in right there.
All in due time, Jeff. All in due time. If I didn't know any better, I think we just figured out our TBS Championship match for All In Wembley Stadium. And I'm all in on it. Speaking of AEW All In, we saw Will Ospreay go all in against Swerve Strickland for the AEW World Championship in a match for the ages where Swerve proved he is anything but transitional. But we also saw what sort of man Will Ospreay is when it came to giving in to hate or sticking to his family values, as he ended up eating multiple house calls and literally fighting with his last breath before Swerve put him down for his own good with the big pressure and maintain his hold on his dynasty. Swerve Strickland still the AEW World Champion. We'll go backstage now with Will Ospreay.
Ospreay with some kinesio tape of his own there on his upper arm.
Considering Swerve popped it out of place.
I was going to say the after effects of his title match against Swerve, and here's Don Callis, the master manipulator.
This is not going to end well. Well, you got what Don's thinking about this. Not your fault. It's my fault. And they got to hit the referee. Couldn't bring us to the Tiger Driver. He's not that guy anymore. He gave him the tools to beat Kenny Omega last year. Just when he couldn't get better. Gave him Chris Jericho at All In. Life has changed dramatically.
Look at the expression on Kyle Fletcher's face in the background there.
Yeah, his heart broke. Want to be he wants out of the Don Callis family for good. Letting people outside Grizz may ignore that out of habit. But says he's so proud of him, what he's done in life. Happy to do him the favor. Maybe one day I'll ask you for a favor. I'm here so proud of you, the world of you.
Again, look at Kyle Fletcher. They're making sure to keep him in the shot the entire time.
Considering Kyle Fletcher is like a young Will Ospreay who literally lived with Will Ospreay at one point, he is still a member of the Don Callis family, but it looks like that relationship is officially over. So the kind of night, Will Ospreay defends the AEW International Championship against Daniel Garcia. And that's still our main event as we have the what the fuck?
He is the learning tree.
Oh no!
Hi guys, I'm here. I'm your champion. You're for the world champion. Hi everybody. Hi Noah.
Hello, JJ.
Hi Noah.
Hello to the FTW champion who's been champion now at 74 days. Our learning tree, Chris Jericho. As we saw last week, it was Hook that put down the learning tree with his own Judas effect to win in the trios match. It looks like Chris Jericho's got security here and will be joining us. Wait a minute. Is that a contract I see in his hand? It's got to be a big moment for Taz after Hook has a revenge of sorts. But what's Jericho doing here?
It's probably a contract for his match at Wembley. Notice all the security hanging around the announce table. You see that? There's like 4 security guards over there where Taz is seated.
Right. Gotta have his TV time.
Am I right?
My head. King, where are you? Back me up here, bro.
What's up, Pop? Good to see you popping in from Bali.
Nice to see you, Pop. Stole someone else's finish, namely his. I mean, it's not the first time someone stole someone's finish. That doesn't work for me, brother. Even worse. With Taz.
Well, you're not amusing the Founders Room.
Who's supposed to be unbiased announcer, who was laughing and cheering for Hook. He's like the man's father!
Damn! Gimmick infringement, it's him.
The color orange, right? Is that what we're talking about? Can't sit next to him, doesn't trust him at all. What? This is bullshit.
That's why all the security is there, is to take Taz out.
By executive order by our fucking EVPs, Taz has been booted from commentary? That's bullshit. Again, abuse of power by our crooked leaders worse than any politician on the ballot.
Bye, Taz. Bye.
You gotta literally leave the building.
Oompa loompa doopa dee doo.
I
Beat
guess
me if you can, survive if I let you.
Well, anyway, I guess Jericho's gonna join commentary for the rest of the night as we get ready for this trios match. What the fuck? These EVPs can go suck it. Anyway, Samoa Joe.
Perfect timing for him to eject Taz, though, right as we get ready to have Hook's match.
Well,
I mean, to Jericho's point, and I get Taz is Hook's dad, but on commentary, you are supposed to be fair and impartial. For him to show a complete and utter bias to his son, that is unprofessional from a certain, point of view. So I can get why Jericho would feel that way as the Hook signal shines bright in the sky.
Look, I know you're trying to teach me about the decorum of commentary. I'm the play-by-play guy for a reason. It has to, tread the line lightly. But
you are completely fair and unbiased.
The fact of the matter
I have
is,
never really heard you be partial to any individual, with the exception of maybe Aubrey Edwards and the Bunny.
Okay, first off,
don't
go there.
Whereas I, as your color analyst, am kind of allowed a little bit of leniency on certain things because otherwise it makes for dull commentary, because me and you have a lot of the same favorites. So if I don't play up the occasional thing like a Jeff Jarrett, like a Chase U, something that really kind of irks you and gets under your skin, commentary is just going to be fucking boring.
Now, I guarantee you this trios match is not going to be boring, and maybe Jericho will learn some after Hook dropped him with his own move. I still think personal bias more on Jericho than Taz's part, but the fact that Jericho was dropped by his own move, and all that is right now bruised is Jericho's ego. Because right now, Taz has been removed from commentary courtesy of an executive order by the EVP signed off by the Learning Tree as we get ready for this trios match. Cage of Agony taking on Hook, Shibata, and Samoa Joe.
Daniel with the comment that the Learning Tree is more like a dead Learning Tree. I have a feeling, Daniel, and I could be wrong here, but I have a feeling that the Learning Tree gimmick is going to end up like the old Shel Silverstein book, The Giving Tree.
Kind of a type
and
here.
If you've ever read that story, then you know what I'm talking about. The Giving Tree. Did you ever read that story, The Giving Tree?
It sounds familiar, but I can't recall it right now.
So The Giving Tree, the long and the short of it, I'm going to summarize it real quickly.
Go for it.
It's this tree that was in a little boy's backyard, and as the boy grew, like, it constantly was there to give him what he needed. If he was hungry, it grew apples, and he could provide apples from it.
Gotcha.
If he was hot, it provided shade. To the point where the Giving Tree was finally so old and withered, it had nothing left to give except its stump, because it had been cut down and like withered away, and the boy had somewhere he could sit now. Like the tree gave all it could till it could physically give no more, and was just a stump. I have a feeling that's what the Learning Tree gimmick is designed to be. Like, it's gonna give and give in these heelish ways that we don't really care about until it can give no more.
Well, how much can Brian Cage give to Katsuyori Shibata until he can't take no more after taking him down with that clothesline? Shibata, though, picking the ankle here, getting back to in-ring action after that great lesson and novel summary by you, JJ. And it kind of reminds me of that clip where Courage grew a tree, and it basically gave everything it could, even if it was cut down by Eustace. When I was once a wee lad, I watched that show, and at the end of the day, it gave so much and everything it needed that it still could have gave more, but it still gives in memory because the stump was left as a rose grew from the top of its stump. It's kind of one of those morals where it's like you give until you can't give no more. And it's kind of like really the story of wrestling when you think about it. You give your opponent so much they can't handle no more, and you're finally going to get the win. As he stun guns Hook across the top rope, and Bishop Khan with a big boot drops Hook to the outside. And I do think this Jericho mid-card vortex, we continue the action, Wrestling Quality picture-in-picture, is going to give to some degree, but eventually it's got to run out of steam.
Yeah, exactly. So to the point Daniel made after me recapping that, the Learning Tree could basically be Jericho's last hurrah.
From Inner Circle to
teach all that he can teach until he can't teach no more. The student usurps the teacher, and Jericho rides off into the sunset.
Yeah, but what student literally surpasses the learning tree? I don't think it's Brian Cage and W. Morrissey at this point. No disrespect.
No, I think it's going to probably be Brian Keith right now.
After he fixes his arm, the sour apple, Bad Apple, of course, down right now with, a bad limb. Nowhere to be found. And to your point, no, the rest of the learning tree is not out here. And again, the learning tree lost this Sunday at Forbidden Door. I think Jericho still has personal bias with the fact that, again, Hook beat him with his own move, and also Hook got the better of him. Bruised ego, rather than impromptu commentary bias excuse. Catcher Reviver now lining up Bishop Khan here up against the ropes. These vicious knife-edge chops just wailing away at the former Ring of Honor Dojo graduate. Catcher Shibata, the freaking machine that he is. Former never openweight champion, Ring of Honor Pure champion. Irish from up the ropes. Bishop Khan, great toe trip there. Turns Shibata around. And man!
Jesus.
Running senton across Shibata, braced up against the apron as the Cage of Agony takes advantage here during the Wrestling Quality picture-in-picture. And again, fuck television. As we do have a moment, though, and action is kind of at a lull, and why we are teaching you things here about what we offer here, and maybe some classic stories, too, that might have a cover. 2 kick out by Shibata. That might have a stronger morale than Chris Jericho's learning tree does in the end. Shout out to everybody that's been tuning in right now. Again, Big G, Daniel, Safety, of course, Matt Helms, Pop. Hope you're doing well, my friend. And, of course, Daniel Kate Rayer and Daniel Bryan Sports Highlights. We acknowledge and appreciate you all for tuning in to our Watch Link coverage here at Dynamite Beach Break. Hope you're enjoying it. Please let us get a comment, tell a friend. And if you want to dictate the conversation, donate to Super Chat, simple as that. And the action, again, does not conclude after Dynamite leaves our airways, too. We will take a short break, and we will change gears into City predicting NXT Heat Wave as Bishop Khan drops the forearm across Shibata's face. So stay tuned for more on that as this double feature event continues in 90-minute Multiverse Media. AEW Dynamite back on the airways here. Toliona in control with Katsura Shibata. And the learning to Chris Jericho on commentary after ejecting Taz via executive order signed off by the EVPs. Freaking bloodsuckers. And right now, of course, the former FTW champion in action here in trios action alongside Samoa Joe and Shibata taking on the Cage of Agony. Still getting used to that name, by the way.
Yeah, definitely. So used to calling them the Gates of Agony, but as they trio up with Brian Cage, it makes sense.
Toliona right now in trouble here. Shibata locks a sleeper hold here, and still to come, of course, our main event. Will Ospreay defend the AEW International Championship against Daniel Garcia. And as we heard, Will Ospreay has officially left the Don Callis family. And coming up next, we'll see Jeff Jarrett in a opening round match taking on the wild card in the Owen Hart Foundation tournament. And Hook now with the hot tag, taking Cage down, taking Bishop Khan down. The son, of course, of Taz, who was just ejected from commentary, just froze himself to Brian Cage. These two no strangers to each other. Big T-bone suplex to Bishop Khan. And Hook knows he has a size disadvantage, but it doesn't stop him. Running into Toliona, though. Toliona hooking up Hook. Hook escapes, though. Oh, eats an uppercut. Bishop Khan hoisting Hook up. Oh, God. Gutbuster. Cover by Khan. And kick out. Strong legs by Hook. Hook's got more range in his reach and more power and explosivity when it comes out of his legs, when it goes to those, just throwing those flying lariats into his opponents. Oof. And of course, the learning tree, JJ, was first established after Hook. Oh! Took on Jericho and lost the WWE Championship. Cover by Toliona, and Joe comes in for the save. The fact that Joe's become the new learning tree or mentor for Hook, I think is very interesting. Oh, God! Cross collision there. T-collision by Toliona. Wiping out Samoa Joe. Now Brian Cage taking advantage of Shibata. I believe Hook is still legal. Shibata driven face down. Brian Cage previously face swept for the WWE title. And thank you again to everybody watching across all the outlets here in the Multiverse of Media. And counter the
Great
DDT.
Counter.
Tremendous counter. Beautiful
Hook's
DDT.
trying to crawl over to the Samoan submission machine, and he gets the tag to Joe.
The former Ring of Honor Pure Champion, AEW World Champion, and of course, Hook faced Joe for the AEW World Championship. And that's where this respect was first established with these two. Ducks out of the way of the elbow drop. Totally on Irish with the Joe. Joe out of the corner. Oh, sit down! Massive Uranage by Samoa Joe. Manhattan drop to Brian Cage, taking him down with a big boot. We got the Samoan submission machine. We got a young upper rising suplex machine. And then you got the machine himself, the wrestler, Katsuyori Shibata. Literally got trails of killers. Triple offense here demonstrated. Katsuyori Shibata hesitation. Drop kick in the corner of the Toleona.
Like that camera angle that they got there, you could really see the height and the stall on Shibata's drop kick. Running senton from Joe for the pin.
Hook in the near leg to win, and everybody breaks it up. And again, the range and the reach that Shibata gets with that Kenta original, that hesitation drop kick. And I wonder if Jericho's learning anything from this trios match here, as the Gates of Addy might be looking to put down Joe, Hook, and Shibata. Fireman's carry, stereo, Steinberg suplexes, transition to sleeper hold. Coquina clutch, rear naked choke, red rum, triple submission offense. Bryce Rensburg checking on the two legal men here. Brian Cage going to sleep on Shibata. That's it. That's it. Night. Samoa Joe puts Toleona down, and Joe, Hook, and Shibata win.
And Jericho is pissed.
Great adaptation on the fly out of the stalling vertical suplex and attempted fireman's carry. I can imagine probably a Death-Eye driver, as these three in perfect synergy here once again tonight get the win. And locking eyes with the learning tree. And oh, wait a minute. Oh!
Big Bill, Brian Keith.
And with equalizers, by the way, steel chairs, JJ. Again, like I said, Jericho's ego was bruised. He wanted to make this personal as possible against
Brian Keith ripping off his arm sling. Looks like he's back at 100%, Noah.
I guess this bad apple is in good conditioning right now. And Jericho using the shirt right now to choke Hook out. Jericho can't take a loss. Jericho's ego is way too fragile to ever be humbled by anybody. And look what's going on here. And Brian Keith might be looking to do the same thing to Shibata that he did to him, shattering his arm inside the steel chair. And Chris Jericho taking the FTW title and literally just whipping Hook like a government mule. This learning tree providing a very painful lesson tonight.
As Jericho waves to the fans.
And look at W. Morrissey, Big Bill. Tear across the back of Samoa Joe. Relentless assault while Joe is straight across the steel ring steps. Those right hands just driven down by Brian Keith while Jericho continues the onslaught. The FW title trying to hurt Hook personally and physically here. Making sure Taz gets out of the bit. What is that?
Brass knucks.
Oh, boy.
Big equalizer. Power of the punch.
Oh, God. KO shot. Hook is out.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Chicago.
What we learned here is Chris Jericho is the biggest sore loser right now in All Elite Wrestling. Shibata incapacitated, probably with a fragile arm. Samoa Joe incapacitated with a screwed up back across the steel ring steps and knocked the air out of him. And Hook literally KO'd by a knuckle duster by Jericho.
And the bounty hunter has collected the table.
And it's not the first time Chris Jericho called one favor in from the EVPs. Looks like he's calling another. Bryce Rensburg unable to do anything here. And Taz, when he finds out about this, you know he's going to be furious. This learning tree, again, has nothing good about it. Oh, boy. Big Bill hooking Hook up for a massive... Oh, no.
Coming down.
Choke slam through the table. Hook, Joe, and Shibata have been completely destroyed by the learning tree tonight. We need some medical attention, some security out here to get rid of this learning tree better than a demolition crew in a freaking lumberjack yard. Referees finally coming down, checking on Hook. Coming up next, Jeff Jarrett versus Wildcard, Owen Hart Foundation Tournament. We come back for this commercial break. I'm not sure what I'm more pissed off of it at this point. The EVPs and their abuse of power, or the learning tree and this painful lesson where nobody learns anything in the end.
Well, that's easy for me. It's always the EVPs.
Well, that's you, and that's fair. Well.
And Daniel, I don't know what you're watching, but if you're not enjoying tonight's episode, then you may just want to turn off TBS at this point.
I mean, again, we're on the road.
I've been thoroughly entertained.
Yeah, we're on the road to all in, and we're building towards blood and guts, and we're seeing all the emotions, all the fallout, all the revenge coming out tonight.
I've been enjoying it, sitting back here in the control room, watching when I'm not having to be on screen. I've been enjoying the hell out of this show.
Been a very good show so far, and again, it keeps form momentum going. I mean, you look at the track of the tail of the tape right now. Will Ospreay, someone's done Cal's family. How does that affect his future going forward? How does that affect Kyle Fletcher? Will he be on the blunt end of that punishment, or could he be the one to execute it? Will Don Callis invest in him, or could he be investing in Roosh, who we've seen subtly in backstage? Not here tonight, though, so far it seems. The D.M.D. looks to go all in Wembley and break a leg of one CEO and remind her that only 3 letters matter and it's not hers. And we just saw the learning tree get revenge, not only taking out Hook's father from the building, but literally taking out Hook. Not to mention, Bryan Danielson has punched his ticket towards the finals in the Owen, as well as, this prize surprised everybody, Willow Nightingale beat Kris Statlander.
That one surprised me more than anything. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, right?
But I will say this, JJ, you were mentioning our expansion of content. I figured I'd go ahead and throw this out there for everybody to take a look at. I've been kind of toying with it all day.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's where we inhabit.
That's kind of accurate at this point. That's kind of accurate at this point.
So I'm here for every bit of it. It's awesome that
and we possibly more. I mean, now that we have the subscription to Title Match, if there's another event that's coming around that we want to try to do, not just Mission Pro, we can do those, ladies' night out events.
Yeah.
And we're doing
there's
Pro
so
Wrestling.
much more.
You might expand the Wrestle Universe and do a special Noah show that includes more, crossover. Like we got AJ Styles versus Marufuji coming up, and you got Io Shirai taking on Utami Hayashi to Marigold. So who knows how much further this multiverse could expand?
We were talking about
multiverse,
right? We were talking about open mic night. My original thought of when I was making an image, it kind of evolved into its own thing. I was going to do one thing, and then my brain just kind of, let's do this. There is so much possibility. We've got WWE and TNA clearly working together. Well, I'm going to be quiet because off we go.
Yeah, because we're back in your world, his world, my world. It's time for the Owen Hart Foundation quarterfinals match, the last quarterfinals match. It's time to see if the man close to Owen, this entire company, advances forward, the entire entourage in its corner. Time to see who the wild card is, taking on Double J himself, Jeff Jarrett.
Well, we know it's not going to be Jay Lethal's. He's out there in khaki shorts and a polo shirt. We know it's not going to be Sanjay Dutt or Satnam Singh, as they're both out there dressed to the nines in suits.
Yep.
So it's not going to be anyone from Planet and Jarrett. We're not going to get a swerve in that aspect, bro.
Well, whatever the case, he's going to earn.
Aubrey, shit. Aubrey's the referee.
JJ, you stop it. She holds the most integrity, all right? This isn't about bad blood with Karen Jarrett anymore. She retired that bitch when she beat her, and she's retired too. This is about who deserves to move forward. So who the hell is the wild card taking on Jeff Jarrett? Let's find out. Remember, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson selected this wild card, and I see a horn on my screen with fire in his eyes. You know what that means. Cowboy Shiznak is back. Heyman Adam Page.
Damn it.
He's coming out of the babyface tunnel.
Yeah. And Jarrett clearly came out of the heel tunnel. I was going to point out, very respectful, like decorum level kiss with him and Karen. He walked the ring very somber, very just matter of fact. He's not being the last outlaw here, the king of the mountain. This is just Jeff Jarrett.
Exactly. That's why I love this. That's why I want him to go so badly. but throwing him in the ring against the Hangman, the odds are definitely stacked against him unless the dumb fucks come out here and cost Hangman this match.
I was going to say,
considering he is hand selected by the Bucks, could all be part of the story. It could all be part of the angle.
Yeah.
Well, bell rings are underway. Again, this is our last match in the Owen Hart Foundation Tournament quarterfinals. The winner of this match has Switchblade Jay White waiting for them on the other side. Date to be determined. First time ever matchup. Hangman Adam Page versus Jeff Jarrett. Two desperados, two cowboys, two wild men squaring up here. Carnival tie-up here. Of course, Hangman Adam Page, former AEW World Champion, and has not been seen since he was suspended after his actions at AEW Revolution against Samoa Joe's first trigger in the AEW World Championship match. It's one of those things, though, JJ, again, when you don't know who you're coming in against, that has to play to your disadvantage because Jeff Jarrett didn't know he was facing Hangman Adam Page. Jeff Jarrett had no way to prepare for this. And Hangman Adam Page hasn't, truth be told, Jeff Jarrett hasn't been in action a lot, but Hangman Adam Page also hasn't been in action at all either. So it's going to really come down to whether ring rust or experience plays a factor here versus hard determination.
That's fair. And both of these men have something to prove. I mean, both men, former world champions. Hangman Adam Page, arguably the worst world heavyweight champion in AEW history. And a lot of people consider Jeff Jarrett one of the worst WCW champions in the company's history.
Jeff Jarrett, former NWA, AAA, WCW, WWF, European Intercontinental, TNA, and King of the Mountain champion. Former tag team champion with Owen Hart for 70 days back in 1999 after beating Ken Shamrock and the Big Boss Man. 9 successful defenses during their run before Owen Hart's passing. And, of course, the kind of nights to our main event for the AEW International Championship. Will Ospreay defends against Daniel Garcia. Jeff Jarrett following up the boot, the back of the head, and the leg treatment. Wow, God, take it down with a lariat. Just as he was trying to turn the tides, Hangman Adam Page with one stiff shot snuffed that out.
And Darren, I'm going to disagree with you. I think Adam Cole and Britt being the inaugural were perfect because Owen and Martha, the couple, you know, Britt and Cole, the couple, that made perfect sense. Jarrett makes sense winning it this year because of it being the 25th anniversary of Owen's passing.
And that's the caveat, especially if you've watched that unscripted, uncut, unfiltered 9-minute promo by Jeff Jarrett. Hangman Adam Page hoisting Jeff Jarrett up. Oh, no. Oh my God. Buckle. Oh, man.
Power bombed him on the edge of the ring there.
Well, you talked about, again, the age also of Jeff Jarrett. This guy's in his lower 50s, by the way, as Jeff Jarrett's been in this business for over 2+ decades, as he's literally wailing away against the steel ring steps. Him and Adam Page in here with a whole different level of animosity. As we continue this match in picture-in-picture, can Jeff Jarrett advance? This is, again, fuck television, fuck commercials. I'll be trying to get both these men in the ring. Again, what's going over him and Adam Page's mind? We saw in those silhouettes a broken man left alone, lost everything. Swerve Strickland holding the richest prize in All Elite Wrestling, where he said he'd rather be dead than see that happen. Is that more on his mind tonight versus facing Jeff Jarrett? The front face lock as him and Adam Page has Jeff Jarrett on top of the steel ring. So that's oh, man!
Oh, Jesus.
DDT face first. Him and Adam Page bringing as much punishment as possible, unleashing all his pent-up animosity tonight at the expense of Jeff Jarrett, as Arby's trying to get both these men back in the ring here. A spot in the semifinals of the Owen Hart Foundation tournament on the line. And again, the winner of each tournament will go on to All In Wembley Stadium to challenge for the AEW World and Women's Championships, respectfully. Amen.
I agree with Jeff's point earlier in the chat room. They clearly came out of the wrong tunnels as Hangman Adam Page is acting like a bitter heel and a dick, whereas Jeff Jarrett is coming at things and approaching things kind of humble. It's definitely not typical Jeff Jarrett mentality in this match.
No, and you consider this man's track record in AEW, trying to steal the AEW International Championship from Orange Cassidy at one point, trying to steal the AEW Tag Team Championships at one point, using Mark Briscoe as a ally for their own selfish endeavor. Tonight, it's none of that. Very likely there's a cover by the Hangman, 1 boot, 2 count, says Aubrey Edwards. To your point, again, this is truly the most important thing, Jeff Jarrett's words, in his entire career, because it's about honoring his late and great friend, Owen. And Jeff Jarrett right now trying to fight back with these body shots on his knees, trying to take the Hangman down. Once again, back to the dominant position. Big forearm smash by the Hangman, rocks Jeff Jarrett to the ropes. An Irish whip, Jeff Jarrett off the ropes, catches him, sunset flip, tries to bring Hangman down. Oh, and Hangman with a stiff shot prevents that counter roll up.
So yeah, that move doesn't work for me, brother. I'm not going to sell for you.
It's a different mindset, him and Adam Page tonight, clearly, as the man has been no words prior to this, prior to anything. This guy's been MIA from the world pretty much since March. Big shot again by Heyman and Adam Page, rocking Jeff Jarrett, but Jeff Jarrett still refusing to go down. Will fight for his life with how important this is to honor his friend, saying nobody knows Owen like I do. And he's right on that when it comes to AEW. Irish whip, Heyman and Page ducks underneath, and Heyman sends Jeff back. Jeff does underneath, though, dodges the clotheslines. We are back here. Welcome again back to AEW Dynamite Beach Break, folks. Owen Hart Foundation Tournament quarterfinals. Last quarterfinal match in play here. Jeff Jarrett versus the returning wild card, Heyman Adam Page.
Like, as far as I can count, there's only 3 people on the AEW roster that even competed in WWF at the same time as Owen. And that's Jarrett, Adam Copeland, and Christian Cage. Jericho doesn't even count because he debuted in '99 after the passing of Owen.
Exactly. He was involved in WCW. And again, the first time Owen Hart and Jeff Jarrett met one-on-one in singles action was 1993 over the USWA Championship that Jeff Jarrett was carrying. Speaking of carrying, wait a minute. And
stroke!
Face first on the apron goes Heyman and Adam Page, and both men fall on the floor. Can Jeff Jarrett capitalize?
Not like that. He's both men. He's got to get the dead weight back in the ring, and Jeff Jarrett is spent.
But also,
Adam Page at least is moving. Jarrett, you can see he's breathing, and that's about it.
Yeah, but again, JJ, you know as well as I do, count out could also be the difference here. Count out means you advance. Double count means both men eliminated. Up to 7. Up to 8. Jarrett up to his feet back inside the ring. Up to 9. Ospreay and Heyman breaks the count. Last possible seconds.
Jarrett thought he had it there via count out.
And again, this Saturday on Collision, Jay White awaits the winner of this match. And Jeff Jarrett teeing off against him and Adam Page. Doesn't need the big shot. Once again.
Side Russian leg sweep.
And now Jarrett changing gears. Figure 4 leg lock possibly. Up kick though by him and Adam Page. Blocks the boot again. It's a great by Jeff Jarrett.
Very Owen Hart-esque in that
leg. No. How cool would it be to actually call Jeff Jarrett winning heading into the semifinals of the Owen Hart Foundation tournament? But the arm breaker looking again. For the...
Damn it.
Oh, that fought. Irish whip. It's Heyman. Uh-oh. Got Jarrett hooked. Jarrett sits out the back door of the Deadeye, though. Roll through, and Jarrett steps through, traps the
He's
leg.
going for the sharpshooter, Noah.
And Heyman and Page aware of it, though. Hitting the crown of Jeff Jarrett. Backs off Jarrett for now. Once again, hooks Jeff Jarrett up, and Heyman and Page. Deadeye! At this point, Heyman can just cover the man, I think, right now. To your point, Jeff Jarrett is not as spry as he used to be. That might be it.
But Adam Page being cocky and arrogant, not going for the cover, just letting his adversary lay there.
Is it arrogance or something else on his mind?
Well, we all know the Hangman. He's going to be looking for that buckshot lariat, the Logan lariat.
Yeah, but listen to what the crowd's chanting. Remember, he did not want to exist in Swerve's house with Swerve as champion. And to your point, the elbow pad off. Hangman in position. Is it high noon?
Oh, Jarrett collapsing.
Or was it on?
I wonder if he's playing possum here, because the fact that he didn't allow himself to be at that vertical base,
right?
Hangman couldn't go for the buckshot.
Well, again, is it possum or is he false security? Heyman, though, driven again to the apron. Arby checking on him. Jeff Jarrett trying to capitalize. Catches a big cowboy boot going in. Jeff Jarrett, though, still on his feet. Heyman looking for a buckshot. Jeff Jarrett, double leg takedown.
Stepping through. He's got the sharpshooter on him.
He's got the sharpshooter on him. Fully applied. Middle of the ring. Heyman on a page. Turn away from the ropes. Will Heyman tap?
How poetic would this be for Jarrett to win this with the sharpshooter, Noah?
To advance the semifinals as Heyman finds his way to the ropes. I cannot believe I am this fucking invested in Jeff Jarrett winning a match.
Damn it.
And that's never going to come out of my mouth again, so you better enjoy that. Jeff Jarrett right now, apoplectic, thinking that was his moment as him and Adam Page finds reprieve with the rope break. Heyman and Page, though, those legs compromised, positive for the buckshot lariat. Stun gun, though, by Heyman to Jeff Jarrett up against the rope. High noon, loaded, buckshot lariat, bang! And knock over the cover, but the ground and pound, mounting Jeff Jarrett. And Jeff Jarrett came to defend himself at this point. Completely uncalled for here, hooking up Jarrett again. And Heyman got Jarrett inside. Dead-eye! The cover hooked off our leg. Heyman advances. That was a hell of a fight by Jeff Jarrett tonight, giving us all for Owen as Sanjay Dutt and crew comes down. Heyman and Page, though.
Once again,
take a look at the bracket.
Once again, Aubrey Edwards screws Jeff Jarrett because she didn't call for the disqualification when Hangman Adam Page was being a punk bitch and using closed fists on an already down and prone Jeff Jarrett.
Okay,
where was the concern for the in-ring competitor from our unbiased referee?
Aubrey literally was forcing Heyman to get off him, and literally Heyman's like, okay, fine, I'll finish him off, okay? You know that was not for 5 seconds. The bottom line, Jeff Jarrett fought his heart out, and it just wasn't enough. Speaking of fighting, we go backstage to the learning tree. Oh, come on! This is unnecessary here. And Hook being checked by the doctors and trainers of the learning tree until the fireball by the wizard! What the hell is this? The jealous and envy and the disrespectful sourpuss behavior of this learning tree is pathetic beyond belief. Will Ospreay, Daniel Garcia, AEW International Championship. That being said, Jeff Jarrett, tremendous fight brought tonight. Owen be proud, but Heyman and Page wins and advances forward and will face this Saturday Switchblade Jay White.
Bullshit.
Well, that was a lot that happened all of a sudden as Karen checks on her husband. If that was Jeff Jarrett's last match, I say let it be, because you're not going to get a better match than that, in my opinion, out of him in All Elite Wrestling. Not with that much stakes on the line. That was Jarrett's last big shot in his career, to your point. I don't think he needs to wrestle again, honestly. I think that should be it. How fitting that one cowboy puts down the another outlaw.
I'm beyond pissed.
I can tell by your subtle silence and Jeff Jarrett in the semi-darkness. Not Jeff Jarrett, Jeff Meacham. Botch.
Wee woo, wee woo.
But how fitting I call him that. This is his world. And this man's been silent all night. I know how important this was. Jeff, if you could actually have words, would you like to speak on behalf of Jeff Jarrett's most emotional match brought forward tonight?
It's fucking stupid booking. It's fucking stupid booking. The goddamn story writes itself. Have Jarrett be in the finals in Calgary, in Owen's hometown. But no, we gotta fucking push the agenda of the elite and their butt buddies. No, I'm beyond pissed too. Personal bias or whatever aside, you have the guy for all intents and purposes, that has been the cause of this decline because of the removal of CM Punk from AEW. Instead of these yokels being treated as they should, with disdain and being put on timeout like the punk little kindergartners that they are getting an extended push, and the guy that really got the train rolling down the tracks is now in the finals with the possibility of becoming the number one contender, because the guy who he's been beefing with almost the entire time they've been in AEW together happens to be the world champion. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. And, you know, the fact that this Jarrett story has you, who was legitimately the most anti-Jeff Jarrett person I think I've ever seen, to Conrad Thompson before he became Jeff Jarrett's podcast partner, rooting for Jeff. Well, I'm not even going to give this fucker attention. Like, Renee can talk to him all she wants. I really don't care. I think it's a poor choice. See. Somebody relay comments.
Look, it's Krusty the Clown with Sideshow Bob and Sideshow Mel.
They're totally kissing up to him after they suspended him. He still looks like all bitter critter about it. Looks like he's gonna, haul off and hit Matt across the face, which I wouldn't have a problem with, by the way. Oh God.
Well, he hasn't said a single word yet. So for all we know, he's just waiting to find the opportunity to buckshot layer one of these two's heads off.
And he might. Well, got him by the shirt collar.
Well, I think that pretty much solidifies where Heyman stands. Solo. There's only one thing on his mind, that's winning the Owen to take on Swerve Strickland.
Well, he's got to get through Jay White. Good luck with that.
Right.
And then he's got to get through a very motivated Bryan Danielson.
And speaking of MJF will kick off AEW Collision this Saturday. Speaking of which, the Woman Pro Wrestling is out here in the Challengers Corner as we get ready for our main event here tonight on Dynamite Beach Break. Maxwell Jacob Friedman has entered the building. Who beat Hechicero, of course, at Forbidden Door.
It's different. It's odd, but I'm actually kind of here for this alternate universe MJF presentation.
Especially when it's endorsing the
telling
future.
you, in the words of Admiral Akbar, that's a trap.
Oh, for sure. 100% for sure.
When you call yourself a wolf of professional wrestling, I think it pretty much is self-employed what that metaphor can be. Daniel Garcia on an 8-match winning streak, though. 2024 singles record 10-2-1, challenging tonight for the AEW International Championship against the Billy Goat Will Ospreay, who has officially left the Don Callis family. This gentleman has been endorsed by both Will Ospreay and MJF, to the point MJF offered him an opportunity to face him one-on-one at All In Wembley Stadium. But he says now about that tonight. This is your moment, and I'm going to be in your corner. Can Daniel Garcia claim the moment, though, and claim his first piece of going to AEW? He's got a hell of an obstacle to try and do that against, even at less than 100%. Here comes Will Ospreay.
The All Elite bruv in the house. And have you noticed the person at ringside that's dressed like Ospreay? I'm curious to see if Will sees them and goes up to them.
Will Ospreay, of course, who suffered his first loss this has never been endured, JJ, still AEW International Champion with a record now of 18-1 after he and Swerve Strickland tore the house down, quite literally, bruv.
See him there?
Yep.
Nice embrace from Will. That's awesome.
That jacket, by the way, represents what he used to be, by the way, the Commonwealth Kingpin.
That's akin to Rey Mysterio going head-to-head with the kids that wear the masks.
Right.
That's awesome to see Will do that.
Yeah, man, this match might go all night after Will Ospreay endured a 30-minute war this past Sunday. As this is our main event on Dynamite, and we will stay with it as long as need be, folks. There has been an overtime employed for as long as this match goes. There has to be a winner. Will Ospreay, who's elevated the game since arriving in All Elite Wrestling, going into his 20th match tonight. And of course, this will be his 4th defense of the AEW International Championship. 39 days so far between Kyle O'Reilly, Ray Phoenix, and the Machine, Brian Cage. Our 7th AEW International Champion, referee Bryce Rensburg, for this contest. This is our AEW Dynamite Beach Break main event. It's for the International Championship. Here we go. This is going to be good. MJ, go ahead. Sorry. I thought you were saying something there.
Here we go!
Oh, I guess that's fitting, despite the fact there were no introductions, because, again, it's TV. But, yeah, that makes sense. Not a World Championship, but might as well be a secondary. Steve Connell will tap here in the early going. Daniel Garcia, of course, PWG champion, former Raw Pure champion. Last chance he had at Gold was challenging Christian Cage for the TNT Championship earlier this year at Revolution. And of course, Swerve Strickland is still the guy that owns the keys to his house, to our AEW World Champion. Nice show up out there. Daniel Garcia immediately pops up, though. Again, Daniel Garcia is not going to shy away on how important this is. And Will Ospreay is not going to show anything less than 100%, despite the fact he suffered his first loss this Sunday.
Yeah, Daniel Garcia kind of pulled his kick there to the back of Ospreay's shoulder, and Ospreay returned the favor with a chop, basically saying, if you're going to kick me, then do it like you mean it, punk.
Now, we all know what sort of level of endurance and intensity Will Ospreay brings to the ring every time he competes. Can Daniel Garcia keep up and surpass that? And is that what needs to happen in order for him to become the International Champion? Side headlock, Will Ospreay. Drop down by Daniel Garcia. Will Ospreay keeps speed, though. Slides up from underneath Garcia. Throws him in the ropes. Garcia scouts it, though. Up kick to the shoulder. And a hip toss. Up kick by Ospreay, though. Both of these men coming in hot and heavy. Head shoulder takeover. Head scissors takeover. Counter for both men. And both of these men jogging for position here. And now the head trapped as Ospreay stands up to find. Oh! Good scouting by Garcia, turning that into an impromptu pile driver, compressing the neck and vertebrae of Will Ospreay.
And then a straight-up kick to the head after that innovative impromptu pile driver. Definitely going to rock Ospreay there.
And you see the heavy kinesio tape. We talked about it earlier with Bryan Danielson all over the shoulder, the right arm of Will Ospreay. Of course, the arm he uses for the hidden blade. One of Ospreay's best weapons. The snapmare, drop kick followed by Daniel Garcia here. Cover. It's a 1 count. Barely a 1 count, excuse me. And to your point, Will Ospreay and Bryan Danielson were in wars Sunday. Daniel Garcia was simply watching. And he was very vocal about that in his exclusive interview following the end of Forbidden Door. He does not simply want to watch. He wants to thrive. He wants to be tested here. He will do anything possible until he holds gold in AEW, no matter how many times it takes or how many wars he has to endure. And this is his biggest opportunity today in his young AEW career against one of the greatest of all time, Will Ospreay. Now teeing off against Will Ospreay in the corner. Mounting position, right hands. Ospreay escapes and And the cheeky Nando's connects. Ross Garcia spilling him to the outside. And Ospreay picking up speed over the top rope with the plunger. And crashes down on Daniel Garcia. MJF right now standing over Garcia, checking on him. Garcia and JJ, you know as well as I do, MJF and Will Ospreay on a collision course, pun intended, for a one-on-one encounter for the ages.
Most definitely.
Just a matter of where, when, how, and for what. Our AEW... Go ahead.
Just said accurate.
There you go. And this is also accurate. Here's our last Wrestling Quality picture-in-picture. Again, fuck television. And, of course, Collision, again, is this Saturday, the continuation of the Owen. We will have Mariah May taking on Carl Shida. MJF will kick off Collision. And we will also have Switchblade Jay White taking on Heyman Adam Page, who stands on his own Scoop slam by Will Ospreay. Drops the knee across the face of Daniel Garcia. And again, folks, you are tuning in. Please stick around for afterwards. As City Predicting will, of course, will be following the conclusion of AEW Dynamite after a short break, if we are allowed that. And we will come back at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for City Predicting NXT Heatwave. So please join me, JJ, Jeff, Positive Dominguez, and who knows who else. We simply predict NXT Heatwave, and the JMN Multiverse Media schedule for the 1st of July continues before all the fireworks you ensue on your 4th of July holiday.
I gotta say, I wish that this could get here within 24 hours, because how awesome would this shirt be for tomorrow?
Oh, come on! That's such a freaking ploy.
Tell me that wouldn't be a perfect 4th of July shirt, bro.
Yeah, the day right before the 4th, though. You gotta be kidding me. Especially with the shipping rate. Come on, man. That's wrong. Damn it.
Not like they delivered on the 4th anyways.
No. Well, that's why you prepare in advance so you get it by the 3rd. These forums
Today
right
is the
now.
3rd.
Well, again, they should have done it before today is what I'm saying, JJ. Damn it. Freaking marketing ploys at their stupidest, finest, and dumbest.
Or, how about Hogan developing this real American beer and not having it anywhere except 3 states by today or tomorrow? But, that's just me.
Well, it did, but it just freaking got freaking carriers in the Pacific stuck before they could get into the dock. A kick out right now by Daniel Garcia. Will Ospreay right now taking advantage. Daniel Garcia grasping the left wrist. Big elbow strike to the side of the head and neck of Red Death. Daniel Garcia, the young, up-and-coming, some would say, second-generational pillar of AEW, has humbled the likes of Bryan Danielson, Kyle O'Reilly, and, of course, really showed what he's made of from an in-ring standpoint and a personality standpoint last year during the Continental Classic, getting the upset win against Brody King and costing him a chance and making it to the finals. We're back here on AEW Dynamite Beach Break, our main event here. Will Ospreay and Daniel Garcia for the AEW International Championship. MJF in Daniel Garcia's corner. Will Ospreay, a changed man, a damaged man, not coming in here at 100%. Despite all the other madness we've seen, because this has been a wild show of Dynamite tonight, despite the fact of not being in the beach, but boys have been red hot.
Yeah, I agree.
Will Ospreay right now asking Daniel Garcia to come back up to his feet and fight him. Will Ospreay looks to elevate what it means to wrestle at your best in AEW. And Daniel Garcia refusing to stay down, driven by pursuit of gold. Big knife-edge chop in the corner. And Garcia, though, wears it off. Garcia absorbing the contact, now teeing up against Will Ospreay, driving him to the corner, just wailing away with these overhead forearms. That's Bryce. Oh, God, that boot. High kick, and again, no effect. Garcia sits behind, sits around. Nice net breaker. Pops the hips, maintains control, follow-up net breaker. Might be looking for the hat trick. Hoisting Ospreay up. Ospreay up and over, though. Pushes Garcia off. Both these men, again, speed game. DDT! Deep DDT to Will Ospreay. And another swing net breaker. Further impact. Here's the cover. Hit the far leg. And a kick out at 2 by Ospreay. But you notice Will Ospreay's still been worn down just in these last couple moments, JJ. Woof. You hear the crowd, and of course, we will be back here not only after City Predicting NXT Heatwave tonight, following Dynamite. We'll be back here Friday covering AEW Rampage Beach Break. Roots will kick on Ray Phoenix one-on-one, and the Owen Hart Foundation tournament will continue on the women's side in the semifinals. Mariah May will take on Hikaru Shida, and of course, Collision follows Saturday. Great phenomenal form by Will Ospreay. Here's the cover, hook on the far leg. Garcia kicks out at 2. And, of course, we also will have Timeless Tony Storm in action, taking on Trish Adora of Ring of Honor and the NJPW Academy. And the Owen Hart Men's Tournament semifinals will occur as Heyman Adam Page, who has said he is not with the Elite, thank Christ, takes on Switchblade Jay White. And next week, Wednesday, the finals of the Owen, we will cover here in the Multiverse Media. It will be Bryan Danielson versus Heyman Adam Page, Switchblade Jay White, and Willow Nightingale taking on Mariah May or Hikaru Shida to crown the winners of the Owens. Plus, we will hear and see the return of the AEW World Champion, Swerve Strickland. And that's just what AEW offers. Is again, it's Sleeper Predicting tonight. And then Friday, of course, we'll be back covering Rampage. Saturday, we have Sleeper Predicting Money in the Bank and coverage of WWE Money in the Bank. And Sunday, we will be covering NXT Heatwave here at the Multiverse of Media. Stay tuned for more on that as this Red Hot July is just getting started for professional wrestling and us here at the Multiverse of Media. Garcia, though, looking to fight Will Ospreay all night, if need be, in pursuit of the AEW International Championship, JJ. And Ospreay literally giving Garcia a free shot here.
You don't want to do that with somebody who's hungry like Garcia.
Yeah, those Tojachi Kawada kicks, though, and Garcia. All right. And Garcia giving his own mind games to Will Ospreay with the. Oh, that's a whole different form of teabagging. Oh, backdrop suplex to Will Ospreay. And Garcia showing that sports. What? God, Spanish fly covered by Ospreay too. Kick out. Garcia able to kick out after that crazy exchange. The way Garcia got bent up and over. Double underhook. Ospreay might be looking for the Stormbreaker denied. Looking for the back body drop there. Garcia. Oh! Counter plan. Ospreay falls in the cover. Kick out. And again, this is our main event. And we are going to stick with this as long as needed. But fuck television. They still got to get paid. Will we see a brand new AEW International Champion, or will Will Ospreay once again prove why he is one of the best that wrestle? Again, sunset flip. Garcia count. Ospreay, though, hook up both legs. Kick out. Great pinfall attempt there by Garcia. Wall kick by Ospreay. Step up in Seguri. Rocks Garcia. Still changes on his feet. Falls up again. Garcia does the clothesline. Spanish fly. Never mind. Up and over. Hooking up Garcia. Power bomb. High stat. 1, 2. No. The kick out of position. Styles Clash connects. Ospreay with the cover. Garcia gets the shoulder up at 2. Holy hell. You see MJF right there watching on in great anticipation there, JD. What's got to be going through the Wolf of Wrestling's mind right now?
It's a good question. I think he's trying to pick his poison. I could see him trying to set up Ospreay to have a match with Ospreay. MJF would have nothing to gain by fighting Daniel Garcia. Huge pile driver there. But with the way MJF was touting himself as the best wrestler, for him to go up against Ospreay, that would be huge.
Garcia right now with the rear naked choke, attempted sleeper hold here. And Ospreay still on his feet, though. Ospreay, though, transition. Now Daniel Garcia changed position to a guillotine, trying to take the All Elite Bruv down. If he falls forward, that might lead to a new AEW International Champion. Ospreay kind of throws him off. Gorebuster sorts. And now Hook Garcia, double underhook. Ospreay looking for the Stormbreaker. Impaler, DDT denied. I've been picking up speed. Oscutter denied. Garcia catching him. Now hooking up Ospreay. Uh-oh. Pile driver! That's gotta be it, cover. Hooked on their leg. No! Whoa. Ospreay isn't even kicking out with a 40 in these covers, JJ. Why we were out of sync, and I see why, but that's okay. We're still calling this head hot action. As, of course, we will go all out in Chicago, coming back here to the Now Arena. Friday, September 6th for Collision. Saturday, September 7th for AEW All Out. Garcia might be looking at MJF for motivation, for advice, or for the Dynamite Diamond Ring to prove he may be willing to do anything. He's giving it to Garcia. Meanwhile, Garcia, though, got rolled up by Ospreay. Cover. Reversal. Garcia, shoulders down. Ligaments here. Body stroke created by Ospreay, and Garcia able to find an escape. What? God, taken up an over by a lariat. MJF pleading Garcia to use the ring. Garcia, is this how far you're willing to go to become a champion in AEW, though? He gave it back to MJF, and MJF mutually respects it. And that blind fire connects Garber to, dear God, he killed him. Ospreay retains. That momentary choice of morale, JJ, just cost Garcia everything.
Yep.
I don't think MJF meant to inadvertently cause Daniel Garcia, but in a way, you kind of could chop this up with an impromptu assist. A hair's breadth away from a brand new AEW International Champion, Will Ospreay still holds the gold.
Yep, and I know I'm a little bit ahead of you. Garcia in the corner just crying. Ospreay trying to console him, basically telling him it's okay, bruv. There's always next time.
Yeah, right now I see
giving him a
Ospreay
round of applause before exiting out of the ring. MJF in now.
Right now I see, to your point. But again, JJ, how far is someone willing to fight in this business to get what they believe is theirs, only to come up short each and every time? We talk about a Double Champion D.M.D. This business not only breaks you physically, it could literally destroy you mentally. And how much more can Daniel Garcia take? He lost again.
MJF telling him, that was on me, that wasn't on you. You busted your ass. These people still love you. MJF helps him up to his feet.
Yeah, I heavily admire Daniel Garcia. I mean, how can you not respect
Raises
the
his
effort?
arm.
How can you not respect the effort of Red Death? As I see Will Ospreay finally leaving the ring.
Embracing him.
Your heart's got to go out to Daniel Garcia.
And he kicks him in the nuts. MJF just took Daniel Garcia to Dick Kick City. One-way trip. There's a reason he's our scumbag. This nice guy act could not last for too long. You look in his eyes.
Yeah, the embrace and the show of respect by Will Ospreay, and the embarrassment and the act.
And he's putting on the Dynamite Diamond Ring.
He's back.
Well, he is our scumbag. Again, I may not be there, but I'm about to see that again. The embrace.
Dynamite Diamond Ring to Daddy Magic as he tries to come in to help Garcia. MJF just spitting on Garcia.
I just saw the low blow as Garcia just got broken emotionally and physically.
Oh, man.
Boom! Dynamite Diamond Ring to Garcia's forehead, turning him inside out as Max climbs the turnbuckle and puts his pinky up.
Reminding us once and again that he is better than us, and we know it.
We know it.
Our scumbag.
That's a hell of a
He's
way.
our scumbag.
Well,
he's our scumbag.
You gotta wonder now what's next on MJF's agenda, and will we hear from the Wolf of Pro Wrestling, his MO, and why he did this tonight to Daniel Garcia when he kicks off Collision on Saturday. Garcia bloodied, battered, bruised, and physically and mentally broken. Well, one thing's for sure tonight, the past, the present, and the future as he attacks security.
Yep.
MJF right now literally unleashing hell on everybody.
Garcia
again,
bleeding.
Yeah, to your point, this all been a charade, just literally teeing off against that open
unloading on him. It's got to be the frustration of being out so long and having to sit back and listen to all the crap.
Says you will restore the feeling now. This is your boy. How fitting, by the way, he's wearing a white tank top while doing this.
Of course.
Got to let that blood show up good. Throwing a snot rocket on Garcia.
and showing his true colors. Those colors, black and white, never been more proficient on the double of AEW tonight.
You know what, Noah? You always say the dragon leg whip has got to suck. No, the snot rocket's got to suck. Look at this
right now. Just taking in the animosity.
Oh,
of the
they're so
crowd.
mad in Chicago.
Well, I mean, it's not the first time Chicago's been in a riot. Oh my God, Matt Menard. God,
Jesus.
Really? Jesus.
God, Matt got laid open with one shot.
Again, that Diamond Ring worth $100K. can do that to anybody, and so can this. MJF
Who's gonna
hooking
end this?
up Daniel Garcia. Don't do this. Come on, man. Don't do this. Oh, no. Not from the second row.
Get down, Daniels. I'll take your head off next.
Tombstone Pile Driver!
Fallen Garcia in front of the fallen angel. Darn, you hate to see it.
What does MJF get out of this, though? Like, what is he gaining? Is this just pent up frustration? Is this just self-endorsement? Like, what is there to be gained from this is what I want to know. What are you actually showing?
That we were fools to
Again,
believe in this man. That we believe in this man.
PD out here.
He's still going
Here
to
comes
town on him.
Ospreay.
And Ospreay hobbling his way to the ring, and MJF is waiting around, and MJF runs away.
Dude. He's a scumbag. He's not going to sit there and fight the guy straight up. Come on now.
Well, of course, he's not going to fight a man who went for a war, but he'll destroy a man that lost a war for his own bitter self-engagement.
That's right. And anybody that believed otherwise in the last year and a half has been made a fool of once again.
Of course.
Well,
who's that?
I knew that this good guy act was not going to last long.
No.
Throwing garbage at the Chicago fans, quite literally.
No, I mean the Chicago fans, so he's throwing garbage at garbage in the dick.
Nose with one of the fans. Shades of the Renegade and Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
MJF is back, fuckers.
We need to get some medical attention for Daniel Garcia, though. Seriously. You got to imagine what Ospreay's feeling right now. You got Rocker Melks for Daniels. You got the referee and the medical staff out there. Someone might want to check on Matt Menard as well. I don't think Matt Menard's going to
Aubrey Edwards out here showing concern to Daniel Garcia, but she can't show concern to Jeff Jarrett.
All right, you cut that shit out right now. It was 5 dead. No, shut up. You both shut up. That was 5 cents, less than 5 cents. I want to hear that shit. The bottom line, Kevin Page beat him legally. Daniel Garcia was beat absolutely unnecessarily within an inch of his fucking life. You shut your face for once now about Aubrey Edwards. I don't give a damn who you are on this network.
That damn man, Hangman Page, that elite buddy dropped a senior citizen on his head twice tonight. And Aubrey just stood back and, she pulled him off. Oh, well, good for her. No, call the damn match. It's a man's safety at that point. And this man, you're right. You're absolutely right. He should have been led to safety. But you know what? Everybody believed in MJF. Everybody thought that he was our scumbag. It's like, no. He's just a scumbag.
Well, anyway, as AEW Dynamite goes off the air, Garcia is hoisted away on a gurney, and MJF scurries away into the darkness from where he came from. So he shows his ugly mug. The Santa Collision. For the Mega Wrestling, JJ wins. For Jeff Meacham and Avatar Man, Secret Identity. I'm the Seminole Foster. Thanks for tuning in AEW Dynamite Beach Break. We'll see you here in about 15 minutes for Simply Predicting NXT Heatwave.
Ain't gotta get hot about it, Noah.
I'm fine.
You're fine.
And in case you guys don't tune in for Heatwave, once again, have a fun and safe 4th of July tomorrow. Don't do anything stupid.
That's right.
Meech, hit the video.
Okay, I'll hit this. I was gonna hit the watch along, but we'll go ahead and go that. We'll see about 15.
Yeah, see you in 15.
The Jeff Meacham Network's Multiverse of Media. For over 15 years, the recognized symbol of excellence and the standard bearer in coverage of sports and entertainment.